know that this platform has its ups and its downs, and 90% of its downs are made up by the people that use it.
Bro, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I don't hate anyone, but I really hate you, bro.
All clout chasing, jealous, hypocritical losers.
I will do anything to get to the top. I'll do anything for a viral moment.
It's time to groom, Chad. It's time to groom.
Wait, how old are you? Don't actually answer the question. I didn't even...
Did you guys see the apology video? Did you guys see the apology video, yes or no? I honestly meant that sincerely, bro, and I actually shed a tear when I got banned, bro. I swear to God. I swear I did. Y'all saw it? No?
Kick is a joke. It's like going to a zoo and just pointing at all of the exhibits and just being like, ah, that's interesting, and then walking by.
You may have seen this clip. A woman is dining at a restaurant minding her own business when some middle school live streamer comes out of nowhere and grabs the food off her plate in a sad attempt to impress his chat. And then he gets mad at her for calling him out, making it seem like she's the crazy one for having a normal human reaction.
Don't put your hand in my food again. Do not do that. You don't do that to people. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Stop filming me. You're nobody else. It's a lie. Don't do that again. Hold up. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I won't reveal the name of this toddler, mostly because it's not relevant and also I'm just a spiteful guy. But I do think he serves as a good example of this new wave of streamers who try to make a name for themselves by being a public nuisance and not much else. Someone like you or me may look at this clip and see it as the embarrassing display of desperation that it is, but it's important to remember there's also an entire generation of younger viewers out there who may see it differently. Believe it or not, this kid does have an active fan base, one that festers over on the controversial Twitch alternative, Kick.
Please pull us over. Please take more Viagra. You don't know how to...
Oh God, I'm about to dox your entire family. What's your name?
Kick is popular for a few reasons. For one, it's a safe haven for degenerate gamblers to broadcast their addictions in real time. I mean, the crypto casino Stake that serves as its lifeblood was started by Kick co-founder Ed Craven. They call him that because he's craving a jackpot every time you open his fucking stream. But Kick is also known for its brazenly loose terms of service, being marketed by their co-owner and friend of this channel, Aiden Ross, as the ultimate beacon of free speech for this very reason. Unrelated, but in preparation for this video, I did sit down and watch an Aiden Ross stream, and I kid you not, this is what he was talking about when I first tuned in.
Don't call me weird, I'm about to say. Y'all ever make your bro pee by like putting his hand in the water?
What?
He peed his pants, it was a drunk night, he blacked out. Okay. I took my 2 fingers and rubbed it on his crotch area with the pee, so I got like pee in my fingers. And then he opened his mouth and I put his own pee in his mouth.
Incredible stuff happening on Kick. There's nothing like it. Seems like every other day we see someone over there pulling a gun on their girlfriend or throwing an Uber driver's phone in the street or pissing out of their second-story window. Those last two are actually the same person, by the way. Shout out to Xena the Witch on Kick. We're at 300 bookmarks. It's diabolical.
I'm gonna just pee in this bucket. Let me dump it out the window.
But the point is, you have to really try to get even as much as a 10-day ban on Kick. It takes a lot. I just want to add something else here before we continue. While I was editing this video, 2 other creators wound up in the news for streaming themselves on Kick drinking and driving. Just flying down the interstate at 110, throwing back a bottle of Smirnoff, being an active danger to everyone else on the road. Even hurling the bottle out the window into oncoming traffic at one point. Kick is barely a year old. How has it already had so much controversy? Take Riot Lol, for example, who was recently outed by YouTuber Something About Chickens as a groomer who would use the Omegle alternative Monkey to collect explicit images and videos of young girls on stream to post in a Discord server without their consent or knowledge. Many of these girls were underage.
Wait, listen, how old are you? I'm 19.
Oh, I'm 16.
You said 18?
Yeah.
Riot's account has since been deleted, but not until this video began making the rounds, causing a bit of a PR problem for the folks over at Kick. Something About Chickens showed evidence of a literal Kick staff member in Riot's chat at the same time Riot was speaking to underage girls. Not exactly the best look for the platform, I think most would agree. What could have been a promising competitor to the monopolies of YouTube and Twitch has so far been nothing but a breeding ground for the lowest, most obnoxious, illegal activity you can think of. And that isn't much of an exaggeration to say.
I'm in the sidewalk. I'm in the sidewalk.
Exaggeration to say.
I'm in the sidewalk. I'm in the sidewalk. Come to SB Island.
Why is everyone going around saying I died?
Alright, so I'm just gonna address this because it's getting way out of hand.
Today, we'll be documenting a total of 5 Kick streamers who have all become infamous for their own separate reasons. Not all of these people are nearly as criminal as Riot, of course, which is why we'll be starting easy, with some of the least egregious offenders first, before moving on to the more depraved scumbags later on. This is gonna be a long one, and it probably won't be the easiest to sit through at certain points. But I am personally fascinated in shining a light on the more unique personalities Kick has been known to harbor. And by unique, I mean downright villainous.
The good thing is that we get real names. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. I get real names of individuals. Like, their actual names and shit, where they live, their family photos. It hits differently on a different platform.
But we obviously have a lot to cover today, so before we get too deep here, I want to go ahead and thank today's sponsor, Delete Me. If you're at least a little bit scared of data brokers, you should be. For all we know, they're scouring the internet right now in search of your publicly available information to sell against your will, opening the door for all kinds of stalking, cyber attacks, and even identity theft, all of which I'm not a fan of, which is why Delete Me works to keep your information nice and private. I'd recommend Delete Me just for how fast they managed to identify where exactly my data had been posted and how seamlessly they were able to remove it. Just submit the information you want to be removed from search engines and receive a detailed Delete Me report in as little as 7 days, showing how much data was found, where it was found, and how it was removed. Another thing I appreciate is that as the data broker industry expands, so does the list of sites Delete Me scans for, making them as effective in removing as much PII as possible, or personally identifiable information if you're stupid like me. PII can be easily found through public government records, self-reported information, and social media, just to give you an idea of how pervasive this stuff is. Trust me, it's something you don't want to mess around with, so don't wait. Visit joindeleteme.com/Jobry right now and get 20% off your US consumer plan when you use promo code Jobry at checkout. Again, that's joindeleteme.com/Jobry, promo code Jobry when you check out. Huge thanks again to the wonderful people over at Delete Me for sponsoring this behemoth of a video.
I swear to God, bro. Hey, listen, whatever the fuck your name is, listen, bro, you wanna fight? Let me know, bro.
I can't think of anyone who captures the aura of Kick.com better than Neon. Neon has garnered a reputation as this kind of sniveling hypebeast dork who's constantly staring at his phone for validation from his chat. And I mean constantly. He's never not looking at what other people are saying about him.
Alright, what?
But then he'll also just let other big streamers bully him to his face.
Can I give him a wedgie after his manager?
No. Why would you say... Why? No, don't do that, my asshole. I said... No! Why do that? Why? Why am I...
Name 5 DDG songs right now.
I don't know any. Don't do it harder.
Apologize to DDG, Dub, Woo-Wop. Wedgie, I'm doing it. I'm sorry, Woo-Wop, I didn't mean it, bro. Say I'm gonna buy your album tomorrow. I'm definitely not doing that. I'm buying this album.
I guess in order to be famous, Neon had to give up any semblance of a spine he may have had. The kid has negative self-respect at this point. Watch any clip to see what I mean.
Can I have one?
You can have one.
100?
And if you bark and little doggy, come on, fetch it, fetch the hose.
He also gets jumped a lot. That's sort of his thing too.
This is a public announcement. Anyone who sees me IRL, I will give you $1,000 if you beat my bro. No one's touching me. I'm untouchable, bitch. I'm untouchable.
Look whose shoes we got. Got his ass lagging. Come on, bro.
Though he's faked getting jumped so many times that the one time it ended up being real, people in his chat still said he scripted it.
Anyone saying L script anything, you have no soul. There's literally fucking choppers on top of us and cops outside.
Yeah, people don't really like Neon very much, if you couldn't already tell. And that includes his own bodyguard.
You got 80,000 people watching you disrespect me.
Wait,
That's how we're doing it?
I always do that.
Guess what? It's always fucking disrespectful.
I don't mean it like that though.
But that's what it reads like. You're doing too much.
If you happen to be religious, I urge you to please pray for this man's sanity.
If I was a girl and I came in a room, my would be dripping just seeing you, bro. I swear to God, bro, you are alpha.
But before leveling up to the sneako wannabe he is today...
Break. Stop driving my car.
Stick my finger up your ass.
Get out. You just put a gun on me?
Neon was once just a little kid from Texas trying to make it big on YouTube. In fact, he and I actually both started making videos at roughly the same age, I found out, with the bulk of his early content being him playing NBA 2K, not unlike the beginning of another popular Kick streamer's illustrious career. These didn't generate the most views, but you could tell he was having fun with it, uploading multiple times a week from 2016 to 2020. Despite what Neon eventually turned into, I have to admit, some of this early stuff is actually kind of endearing.
What's good, YouTube? It's Neon2K here, but you see I'm at 178 subs, but at 1K subs I will be doing a face reveal, so tell all your friends.
If we're looking at it in a vacuum, it's actually kind of sweet. Watching someone so young work to make his dreams come true. He'd answer questions from his viewers and open up about his struggles with motivation. You really get a sense that he cared about his public image. He was heavily invested in the content he made and the community he was a part of, even beefing with other creators from an early age.
People want to get their views and start acting fake. And then he has the nerve to lie on stream. He doesn't want smoke. He doesn't want me to pull up again.
I'm sorry, he doesn't want the smoke? Bro, you're 12, go do your homework. He began to seek out his audience's approval more and more, chastising them when they said something he didn't like, and seeking out reassurance that they still supported him whenever he'd take breaks.
I just want to let y'all know that I will be taking a break from streaming, but let me know if you still support me in the comments. Let me know if you still don't support me.
Worrying about approval from an audience of complete strangers is not usually something a normal child has to think about. And honestly, it's easy to imagine that would mess with you a bit.
Bro, like, y'all are really demotivating me right now, y'all. All these comments say my channel is dead, y'all. I understand my channel is dead, okay? Let me grind. And let me go crazy. I'm trying. I know I've been doing this YouTube stuff for over years, kind of demotivating that, like, people stopping supporting me.
He was definitely becoming more and more desperate to please his fans. The pressure to always perform is what I imagine led him to continue raising the stakes with every new upload. He had this whole arc where he pretended to get arrested for breaking into his neighbor's house and needed to get bailed out from jail by a friend. The description for this one is so wild to me. This is Maddie Mags. I had to upload this video for Neon due to the fact that he got detained earlier than expected. Please keep him in your prayers. Please pray he comes back home soon. Well, thankfully he did, only a couple days later, where he tells us all about the tough time he had in the slammer.
It was kind of scary, bro, because, like, you know, there's a bunch of old people over there, like, mustaches and beards, and it got me scared. I just kept trying to do my wild Indian dance, and they were just making fun of me, bro. I had a red dot on my forehead when I went in there. I had a big red dot, and they said my red dot looked like the Target logo.
Oh, okay. I think Neon is also the first streamer in history to ever be swatted by a US president.
Know what you look like and where you live.
These were the videos that started to get him some heat. I don't think I need to sit here and tell you why this stuff wasn't well received.
Yo, Ringo, what's good, bro? Hello, man, hello. Yo, what's up, my man? Let's get on fighting.
You hear that? That's the sound of peace and quiet. It's kind of nice after hearing this kid yell for so long. But you have to understand that Neon's content hinged on pure clickbait and sensationalism. Whether it be pretending to interview a COVID patient at the height of the pandemic.
I found this dude, bro, and he says he has the coronavirus, bro. If this dude really has the coronavirus, bro, this is gonna be a banger video, bro. Let's go. Yo, sick bro, hello?
Yo. What's good, bro?
Yo, you already coughing, bro? Are you serious, bro?
Or straight up faking his own death for clout and attention, which is honestly pretty creative for someone that young, I'm not gonna lie. On December 21st, 2019, Neon's brother made an announcement that Neon was in critical condition in the hospital and needed immediate brain surgery to remove a tumor from his head, and that if the surgery didn't work out, he would, quote, bleed to death. Now, I'm not a doctor, of course, but I am pretty sure that's not how that works. I admire the commitment though. I mean, they even go so far as to say Neon's been acting weird lately and has been having 3 to 5 seizures a day, ending with the call to action, hashtag pray for Neon. I'd rather pray for whoever's body that is in the thumbnail. Who is that? Now, this might all look pretty dire, but if you were to visit Neon's second channel at the time, you'd discover this video was posted on the same exact day.
His brother said he's in critical condition in hospital right now, on the verge of death. But take a look at this video he uploaded on his second channel.
We're gonna be having some bangers on this channel. Drop a sub, drop a like, turn on the post notifications, but we're gonna be doing giveaways. We're gonna be playing so many different games. Everyone drop a sub if you haven't already, man.
But in case you weren't convinced, Neon did go on to state his final words 2 days later.
For everyone who thinks this is a joke, bro, This stuff that's happening is not something to joke around about. You know, what's happening with me is not something that should be joking around about. You guys should not be playing around about this, bro. This is actually serious stuff that people go through, bro.
I didn't know they had gaming chairs in the hospital. I also love the way he emphasizes how this is not a joke, but we all know what he's doing. Or actually, maybe not all of us, since his very next video, the one announcing his death, garnered a pretty favorable like to dislike ratio from Neon's audience. The videos are now gone, so it's hard for me to find any of the comments from this era, but it is pretty hilarious to think there was anyone out there who actually fell for this. I mean, his death video is just a compilation of his best NBA 2K moments. What an epic eulogy. Fast forward a few days later though, and wouldn't you know it, the tomb is empty, Neon is risen. He triumphed in the gulag and went back to making quality content that didn't offend anyone. The end. Is what I would be telling you if he didn't go on to become a fucking Kick streamer.
Parlamek.
That's right, after a 2-year hiatus, Neon made his grand return to YouTube with a vlog of himself walking around Jacksonville, Florida, hanging out just by himself. I mean, was no one else available that day? This video just feels lonely. But he balances that out by being a pushy, overly aggressive asshole to random people who don't even really seem to get mad at him. They're just confused.
I know you people smoke and sell drugs and shut the fuck out, bro.
Get this kid.
I'm gonna say it nicely before I actually sue you, and you. And you know exactly why you fuckers are gonna lose in court. Get the fuck out of my store. Goodbye. Thank you, man.
I'm not really sure who exactly this fake tough guy persona appeals to, and I'd be willing to bet neither does Neon. What he lacks in talent, he makes up for in desperation.
I'll be back with a fucking strap. I'm gonna shoot you in the head. I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
Neon strikes me as one of those guys that normal people only hear about every couple months when he inevitably does something supremely stupid to land himself on the front page of Dexerto or whatever. His regular day-to-day content is so bland and it's so geared towards the youngest demographic imaginable that there's no reason to really talk about him unless he's doing something uniquely unhinged, which still happens more than you'd think. I can personally attest to having to rewrite this particular segment multiple times during the making of this video because he would not stop trending for things like putting himself into others in a life or death situation in hopes of going viral. Maybe you saw the little joyride he recently took with Instagram personality Squeeze Benz a few weeks back. Squeeze Benz is someone whose hobby has made him a literal wanted criminal. He belongs to a community of anonymous drivers who derive thrill from renting supercars and cutting recklessly through traffic, going 100 over the speed limit on freeways which are occupied by regular people. Families, new drivers, people who didn't sign up to be around someone like Squeeze.
But there's also other people at risk when you do that. Innocent civilians. So what do you think about the element of danger for that?
I've been doing this since like real shit since I was 9. I feel like I did some professional at it, like, you know.
I'll admit, I don't really understand the appeal of putting the lives of so many innocent civilians at risk for what is essentially just a dumb gimmick at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how skilled of a driver you think you are. All it takes is one person to accidentally change lanes when you don't expect it for multiple people to wind up dead in an instant. But try telling that to Squeeze and his 670,000 followers. There is a market for this kind of negligence, and Neon figured that by doing a collab with Squeeze, he would successfully create some epic viral moments, which he absolutely did, just maybe not for the reasons he had hoped.
And I get really scared and I can't afford to die. You have my word, you will only go at 7 above the speed limit. Or 10 above, what's illegal?
Let's say 20 above the speed limit.
No, 10.
Squeeze's crew, I'm sure, can read the anxiety in Neon's voice, and instead of being straight up with him, they continuously reassure Neon that this is going to be an easy drive. You know, we're not going to do anything crazy.
If you feel uncomfortable, I will grab this kid and I will tell him to stop the car. This is a 2023 Lambo, bro. This shit is safe as f. He's not going to wild out.
We'll stop whenever you get uncomfortable, bro. You can trust us. When in fact, bro could not trust them. I'm also not sure what it being a 2023 Lambo would have anything to do with safety here. You're going 120, man. You really think an airbag's gonna bail you out of this one? The conversation goes on for a few minutes until finally Neon is psyched up and ready for what he probably knows deep down is going to be a pretty dangerous situation. These guys may be lying scumbags, but Neon is also an adult capable of making his own decisions. He's aware of who Squeeze is and has presumably seen enough of his content to know what this little cruise might very well entail. Not to mention his entire demeanor shifts once he realizes how much his chat is loving this.
Bro, the chat's going crazy for you, Squeeze. W Squeeze in the chat, bro. I
with you, Squeeze. You do like the unthinkable, bro. Chat, how did that look to y'all, bro?
Once Neon believes the scariest part to be behind him, he can't stop singing Squeeze's praises, dick riding the dude who could have just killed him a few minutes prior. He literally says, I can't say I had a good time or I'll get banned.
I mean, I can't like say I was having fun because I'm gonna get banned, so I had a bad time. Bad time, ass.
That's how you know he has zero regret for any of this. And despite the whole song and dance he tried to put on to drum up sympathy after Squeeze's driving resulted in, shocker, a crash.
All I know, I'm gonna leave it with this chat. I was there to do a Q&A, sit in his car. We agreed and handshaked only 10 over the speed limit, and this just went crazy and I can't do shit. I'm sitting in the car. What the fuck am I supposed to do, bro? I can't just jump out when it's going 100 miles per hour, bro.
It's just so pathetic and disingenuous to see this slime ball turn around and pretend like he wasn't enjoying it the second it becomes convenient. Because if you didn't know, Neon actually did get banned shortly after this clip made the rounds. The thing he was so worried about happening actually ended up happening. Wow, who would have thought? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And I'm talking about really stupid prizes because Neon ended up getting his account back less than 24 hours later. Remember, this is Kick. Illegal activity might as well be a requirement with the amount of people who get arrested on stream. Yes, I'm still talking about Neon. I hope him going to jail all those years ago prepared him for being detained for real this time in a foreign country, because during his trip to Dubai last month, Neon and his girlfriend Sam Frank were taken into custody for accidentally and illegally filming where they shouldn't have. According to The Sun, you needed the permit to film where Neon and his entourage were walking, but their biggest mistake came when their cameraman pointed the camera directly at the police. Not only did Neon initially try to get out of this by lying and saying he was a Make-A-Wish kid.
We're fulfilling for an organization, Make-A-Wish.
But he also told the cops he wasn't filming when he clearly was.
Can you close the camera? It's off. It's off. There's nothing going on. All cameras are off. I just want to let you know we're trying to work with you guys.
This resulted in Neon and Sam spending 38 hours in a Dubai jail. With little to no live updates during this time, the only source on the matter was Aiden Ross, who told the press that it was a, quote, very sticky situation. This actually led some people to run with the narrative that Neon had died, which if I had a nickel for every time people online thought Neon was dead, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Though Neon eventually took to Kick to announce his safe return from the slammer, reminiscing on how much they loved him in jail and thanking Aiden for looking out for him and trying to get him home safe.
Aiden, yeah, he's one of the people who actually did look out, bro, and I really appreciate that, bro. He really tried his hardest to get me out of the situation, because chat, it was a really crazy situation, bro. It was a really situation.
Now, I'm assuming that if you make enough loud, grating, and insufferable videos that nobody under the age of 10 can enjoy, Aiden Ross visits you in the middle of the night and invites you on stream. In fact, Neon made his first major debut on Aiden's stream with Andrew Tate back in 2023, when the latter was on house arrest for, well, I don't think I need to say. Only he had no idea what he was doing, and the entire stream came off pretty awkward, largely because of Neon. No wonder Aiden's chat wanted him gone only 15 minutes in.
My whole chat is spamming to kick you.
Nerds are boring. I'm gonna work.
Well, this guy's on a period. Is he a tr***y, bro? He's on his fucking period.
I mean, don't these jokes get old at a certain point? It's just the same thing over and over. Neon is trying way too hard to impress his idols and prove to the world that, hey, he can be edgy too.
You're gonna burn in fucking hell, you Jewish.
Like, we get it, man. You can stop being so predictable for once in your life. Neon is so provocative for the sake of being provocative that there really is no thought process beyond, what's the most annoying thing I can say to make people mad right now? I'm not surprised the only people entertained by it are riding in the back of their mom's cars to school.
What did you say? F the woman. F the woman.
What? No, wait. We love women. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
No.
All gays.
De ce merită bio, te întrebi? Pentru că vrei ca
But by getting so much exposure from Aiden, Neon quickly grew a sizable following on Kick. As a dude who cares about nothing and will say anything to anyone if he thinks it'll get a reaction. I mean, him laughing at a random kid's dad working at Walmart really exposes him as the out-of-touch asshole he is.
What did your dad do for work?
Oh, he works at a Walmart warehouse.
No, I'm such a bad guy.
Like, that is someone who has never struggled for anything in his life. I'm sorry. If he can't set his dog shit persona to the side for 10 seconds to not mock a minimum wage worker unprompted, then it's no wonder he gets his ass beat everywhere he goes. He's happy to dish out absurd amounts of money to flex on the people around him, but when it comes to helping those same people out monetarily, he suddenly no longer shits money.
What that jacket said was, I shit money. That's it.
That's vibe. That's the vibe I want to.
Yeah, that's the vibe you want to put out there, right?
I shit money.
Okay, so shit on me. Give me some money.
I don't shit money.
Oh, for that same 3,500, you can outfit everybody you know with Leatherman jackets.
He has no perspective, so he's incapable of showing any kind of respect, and he's found a profession where that can be incredibly lucrative. He can harass women, be openly racist and transphobic, start fights with people 3 times his size, all without any incentive to grow and change as a person, because this is what continuously rewards him with 80,000 live viewers, which even that is, how do I put this, highly debatable. For over a year now, Neon has been unable to beat the view-botting allegations. In fact, they've only gotten worse, with the YouTuber Cameron posting a video last month where he questions how Neon, as someone with a significantly smaller following across all platforms than XQC or Aiden Ross, is managing to pull up more live viewers than them. Cameron argues that if these views were legit, we would see that reflected across other platforms, and in the case of Neon, we just don't.
Aiden Ross goes crazy on Kick. He's the top Kick streamer. And if you look at his other social medias, you can tell that he gets some pretty good engagement. Kai Cenat, on the other hand, is one of the top Twitch streamers. You can tell that his viewers rock with them on all platforms. Somehow Neon averages more viewers than both of them. And Neon literally only has a fraction of what they have on all of his other socials.
That in itself is hard to explain, but there definitely is no way to explain how Neon managed to jump from 10K live viewers to 70K in under 30 minutes. And that's just one instance that Cameron was able to catch himself. Other reports seeing Neon's view count randomly spike from 2 all the way to 40,000 live viewers in a span of 30 seconds. That's just unheard of for a guy like Neon, who simply does not have the same influence as XQC and Aiden Ross. Even Trainwrecks TV, another co-founder of the site, has accused Neon of botting, with Ed Craven going out of his way to ban Neon's name from his chat.
Holy f***, can someone ban the word Neon? We don't give a f*** about Neon right now. Listen, big shout out to all people who give, talk or, do streaming on Kick, but, come on.
So it's really no exaggeration to say that whenever Neon finds himself in some shit, his genuine supporters are few and far between. Neon caught his first ban in March 2024, and without even double checking, I can confidently tell you this was his first ban because Kick hardly bans anyone. I mean, Kick is the place where you can own equity in the company and still stream the Super Bowl and porn to hundreds of thousands of children and face zero consequence. So if you're getting even temporarily banned from Kick, you fucked up bad. But what could Neon have done that was so bad? The platform that doesn't usually care about anything had to step in?
Neon has now been banned for, and I gotta read this on the screen just to actually process that it's real. He threatened to dox and sexually assault a young fan.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty bad, I guess. I haven't the slightest idea why Neon was in a Zoom with what looks to be a kindergartner in the first place, but when this kid started talking shit, you'd expect Neon, the dude who has built his career on doing exactly that to other people, to be able to take the heat. But instead, he immediately blew up and threatened to do things to this kid that I can't even repeat out loud without risking an age restriction.
I don't give a f***, you're 10 years old, I'll f*** you in the until you bleed. I swear to God, shut the up.
I just realized that's the kid from earlier. Wow, I love recurring characters. The puzzling abyss that is Neon's terminally contaminated mind is something that should probably be studied by Harvard. I mean, how do you even begin to make sense of a dude like this? It didn't take long for news of Neon's, quote, sudden ban to get picked up by all of the usual suspects, and before long, the clip had been seen by millions upon millions of people who were quick to weigh in on the discourse. Yes, Neon did threaten to dox and rape a 12-year-old on stream. But did he know he was 12? If so, there's a line you don't cross when trash talking. Apparently he was 14. Oh, well, that changes everything. It doesn't really matter to me that Neon was trash talking. You're still an insane person for saying this to anyone for any reason, much less a minor. I mean, does that even need clarifying? I feel like I'm just stating the obvious here. I think it's safe to say he still doesn't understand the gravity of his little outburst, though, judging by the 2 piss-poor apologies he released next.
And I wanted to say this was an eye-opener for me in my eyes,
and I'm not gonna make anything bad like that happen ever again.
So there are a lot of issues with this video, but the standout moment to me is when Neon hilariously says this.
That was not something that comes out of a person like me's mouth ever. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not that type of person.
I'm sorry, but for anyone not aware, I'll just come out and say Neon is not a good person. This isn't controversial to say. I don't think even his fans who like him would consider Neon a good and decent person. I'm sorry, man. You are famous because people hate you. You can play a terrible person online if you own it. You're fine with that. But the moral posturing when it becomes convenient for your career is the definition of disingenuous. People see right through it. If you actually want others to think of you as a good person, maybe let your actions speak for themselves and don't do stuff like this. Otherwise, you're just gonna get written off and end up having to apologize again, which is exactly what happened.
Let me clear that up too, bro. Let me clear that up. I want to start off by saying I do not. Why am I smiling? I want to start off by saying, yo, we got hella people in here. God damn, man. I don't fuck with that shit. The fact that someone let me get to such a bad point in my what the hell? The fact that someone let me get to such a bad point in my you know, words and shit for. Okay.
I mean, at least here he isn't hiding how he feels. He's annoyed that he's even having to do any of this in the first place, and I guarantee if he hadn't been banned, he wouldn't have addressed this at all.
The fact that someone let me get that down bad and say those things is really fucked up, and I want to take full accountability.
What do you mean you threatened to dox and assault a child because you were, quote, down bad, and that it's not your fault you said any of it because someone should have burst into the room and physically restrained you or something? Of course. I get that you're young, Neon, but you're way too old to be pulling this kind of shit. These aren't the NBA 2K Fortnite days, alright? You're now one of the leading streamers on Kick, and you need to set a better example if you want the site to not have the reputation it already does. But why would he do that? He can't even contain his emotions long enough to listen to basic criticism without immediately bursting to a weird, transphobic fit of rage.
Oh, here goes this guy, bro.
We're just
Chat.
telling me about like, wow.
I swear to God, bro. Hey, listen, whatever the f your name is, you listen, bro. You wanna fight? Let me know, bro. I swear to God, I will beat your ass. You are an annoying ass motherfucker. You blue haired, you are so damn annoying, bro. I hate this guy. I literally hate him, bro. I wanna. Not gonna say that.
I can't tell if this is a joke or if he's really that delusional, but if these two ever set foot in the ring, Charlie is shutting down this guy's entire bloodline, okay? I'll just say that. Even the people trying to defend Neon can't get through to him. That's how far gone he is. I mean, he literally calls Keemstar a pedo for trying to defend him.
First of all, I defended you during this certain situation.
Yeah, because you're a pedo yourself. That's why you defended me, you weird
Dude, go fuck yourself.
There's just no value in trying to save this kid. It's over. He just can't help but be hated by virtually everyone who has to deal with him. But that doesn't make Neon unique by any means. In fact, being the internet's favorite punching bag is a trait especially consistent in our next specimen. Before becoming famous for harassing strangers in public and hiding behind his belligerent bodyguards when confronted for his own annoying behavior,
What? Little pal, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah.
Jack Doherty was too. A young kid flipping markers at school and unboxing Call of Duty bundles in his living room floor, trying to build a legacy. While their career paths may have been similar, I have to say Jack Doherty has always been a little more trend savvy than Neon. 7 years and 14 million subscribers ago, Jack was already learning how to clickbait like his idols, the Pauls, trying his hand at innocent prank calls and hopping on the epic Killer Clown bandwagon of 2016.
Remember my Killer Clown? Yeah, he's back. He just texted me something like really creepy, and here it is. Oh, he's doing it again. He's doing it again. Look, guys, he said, "I'm back," and then he put a knife. A knife. Look at that.
A simpler time. I guess Jack never got the memo, though, that in order to be a functional member of society, at some point, you kinda have to grow up. It's one thing to get kicked out of Walmart as an immature 13-year-old, it's another to do it as a millionaire adult.
All right, guys, so we're in Walmart. We're gonna see how long it takes to get kicked out of the back.
Get out of my back room now.
My back room. My daddy owns this back room. You're assaulting the camera. Daddy, chill. Wait, it's not that deep.
Dude, you set out to make her mad. Now you're gonna pretend like it wasn't that deep when she gives you the reaction you were looking for all along? But I guess that wasn't enough for a whole video, so he moved on to harassing and lying to another worker instead.
Excuse me, sir, would you be interested in a rim job?
Please don't record me.
You look like you could use a rim job.
I'm asking you politely, please not to record me.
It's not recording.
You really shouldn't feel so comfortable hassling someone who's just trying to do their job in peace, man. That's not normal. If you see someone working hard to get through the day and your first thought is, I should film this person and humiliate them online for clout, you need therapy. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I think we can actually learn a thing or two about modern day Jack by looking back at his early work. If you're wondering how he ended up doing stuff like this for clout and attention, it might possibly have something to do with him never being disciplined as a kid, and in fact, having his behavior enabled by his parents from a young age. Take this 7-year-old video, for example, where his mother willingly drives him to the actual FaZe house on the off chance he gets to meet his favorite YouTubers in the flesh, filming their home and neighborhood without permission. I mean, talk about a breach of privacy. This is about as parasocial as it gets.
We're at the FaZe house right now. Holy crap, guys, we're going in. We're going in.
And it wouldn't have happened if his mom hadn't allowed it. It really gives you a sense of who calls the shots in the Doherty family, huh?
Thank you, Mommy. You're the best.
If my kid ever asks me to drive them to a YouTuber's house, he's getting disowned. That's a joke. I don't have a kid. Obviously, if I did, I'd be exploiting him in vlogs by now. Jack stands there a while, knocking repeatedly on the door, hoping, praying that he can maybe catch a single glimpse of one of the elusive FaZe members. But it's taking a while, and even his mother is getting impatient.
Mom, we have one more minute.
Încearcă noile cuburi de Hochland.
I want them to come out so freaking badly.
But after loitering long enough, Jack finally gets his wish.
Oh my god! FaZe rain! FaZe rain! Guys, it's freaking FaZe rain! Oh my god! The Audi R8. Holy crap! No, FaZe rain, you're leaving us.
And then it's over. Oh, that was worth it, huh? Shocked FaZe Rain would feel uncomfortable coming home to a random child filming him on his front porch. It's a real mystery why he sped away so fast.
Guys, so we're leaving the FaZe house. They didn't open the door. We saw his car and everything, but he didn't come out. Why?
Which goes back to the original point that if Jack had someone in his life to tell him that this was wrong and inappropriate and invasive, he may not have continued on down this path. And although it may sound cliche to say at this point, it seems Jack was never really taught that actions come with consequences. He reminds us of his entitlement all the time.
I can hear you.
If he keeps recording, I'm gonna
This is
break the
drama?
camera. I don't care.
Then you're gonna get kicked out of your school and you're gonna have to watch your parents.
One thing I've noticed about Jack is that he is a serial vibe killer.
What is he doing, bro? Now we all get in!
For example, here he is at a beach party with a bunch of college kids he doesn't go to school with, or as he calls them, NPCs.
That's why she doesn't belong in college with all these NPCs.
He is very obviously the outcast in this situation, yet somehow he still sees himself as above all these other students. Investing in your future by getting an education? Not cool, according to Jack.
You're not cool. You guys are in school. School is not cool.
I'm sure it's easy to feel all high and mighty when you've got 2 security guards at your side to intimidate any drunk frat dude that may get fed up with your nonstop filming, but the irony of telling them to cry about it as he walks away with his tail tucked between his legs is just perfect.
I'm your boy! Yeah!
Jack has never been able to take even a fraction of the shit he dishes out. If you waste an entire day digging through Jack's bloated backlog of content like I have, you'll discover his Karen saga from 2020, where he would ride his dirt bike past his neighbor's house in the morning to intentionally piss her off like the asshole he is, label her a Karen, and milk her reaction for all the content he can, filming and provoking her instead of trying to resolve things maturely behind the scenes. Because why do that? Being reasonable and normal isn't an option when we've got merch to sell.
I want to say, guys, I dropped brand new merch. It's on the screen right there. It's super dope, guys. I know you'll love it.
They went back and forth for a while, culminating when renowned psychological mastermind Dr. Phil decided to get involved. Now, you'd think Jack would maybe revel in all this new exposure he'd be getting from going on Dr. Phil, and he definitely did, especially in this vlog leading up to his national television debut.
Basically, Dr. Phil has seen my videos about the Karens, and he wants me to come on Dr. Phil because he thinks I have a problem or something like that. And my manager's like, Jack, you gotta do this. Like, this could be great publicity for you. I'm like, yo, I'm down. Like, Dr. Phil, my mom's a huge fan.
But once he's in the studio and has to answer for being a dick to his neighbor, we see a slightly different side of Jack. His confidence is rattled, and he keeps trying to defend himself as a good person who is more than happy to apologize if need be.
I'm 100% willing to apologize to her right now. Rachel, I am sorry for riding my dirt bike by her house.
Only those words ring hollow once he shifts into victim mode. What he did could have been worse, he says, even stating outright that he's being unfairly targeted for no reason.
But I was trying my best and everyone was just picking on me for like everything I do, you know? But like, all right, I'm used to it, whatever. I'm being attacked for everything, I feel like. I could have put her face out on the internet, but I chose not to do that because I don't want it to have effect on her life either. So, I'm just saying.
It's like he's genuinely a bit anxious about this new audience he's in front of maybe not liking him.
She just exaggerates like everything. Like the first time she started talking to me, she started like screaming at me. If she was respectful, I would've went right to, like, I would've been like, sorry, I'll never ride here.
Are you kidding me? I watched the video and you said 50,000 likes and I'll go down there and do it again.
She came to my house 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I wonder why she kept doing that. He has no problem going after random people as long as he can talk shit from a safe distance where he benefits financially. But once it's time to be held somewhat accountable, that's where he falls apart. It's why he has to hide behind others for all the problems he creates.
What did I say? Call? What did I say? I don't know. She said you was talking shit. How? I don't know. On live stream. I don't know. Did you say something? Go look at my live stream. I don't got your live stream pulled up. I'm sorry, you'll never know.
I didn't know who Jack was until I saw this video a few months ago. He had already established himself as one of the biggest personalities on Kick for reasons that we will unfortunately be getting into more later. But to many outside of the IRL streaming ecosystem, this was their first introduction to the Doughboy. We see him arguing with a dude by the name of Chase at David Dobrik's Halloween party. We know it's a Halloween party because of Chase's costume, which ironically and tragically has the phrase "get physical" thrown across the front. Apparently Jack called Corinna Kampf an OnlyFans whore, and after pretending like he didn't say anything.
Do you think I said something? That's what I heard. That's all I heard. All right. And it's fine with me. Jack, did you say something? Yeah. You think I said something?
He tries to walk it back by claiming he calls everyone an OnlyFans whore. Hey, we're all OnlyFans whores here. Corinna is awesome, but only because he's being confronted.
You know Corinna lit. She is lit. Yeah, so don't talk. You can't talk shit.
I was not talking shit. It's more of a joke, but like,
I'm just saying, yeah.
I call everyone an OnlyFans. We're all fucking OnlyFans.
You can tell he's nervous with the way he anxiously sways back and forth and keeps eyeing his bodyguard, a man who calls himself Kane Kong, to help bail him out of the conflict that he instigated by badmouthing Corinna. It's only after Kane gets involved that Jack suddenly regains his energy and picks up a little more confidence. Now he's the big tough guy he wants us all to think he is.
So now, what's the next step? Now, you want to suck my or what? Like, where are we getting? You're broke.
Damn.
Oh, you call me broke. No, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. Appreciate you. Don't care.
All right, then what then?
Corinna explains why she doesn't want to talk to Jack. Completely valid, by the way. There are an infinite number of reasons not to be associated with this guy.
Just because I'm at a party and I don't want to talk to you, you say that
No. That's not what it was.
That's literally what it was.
Okay, wait.
I literally got sent a clip in the middle of a party.
Oh, really?
I just I'm at a party.
Tell me your clippers.
No, I'm at a party. I don't want to be on stream.
But in the midst of this chaos is when Kane finally, and for no reason, with no warning whatsoever, decks Chase in the face and lays him out flat on the concrete. I can't show you the uncensored clip, of course, but all you need to know is that the dude did nothing to provoke anyone. He did nothing. Plus, Kane is about 3 times the size of Chase anyway. There would be no reason to use all of his force to knock this guy to the ground, even if he had initiated. But he didn't, and if you didn't know, that is assault. But Kane should be well aware of that. This isn't the first time he's beaten someone up for no reason. Once knocking a woman unconscious when he was working as security for a DaBaby in 2019. Though if you ask him, he was only doing his job. After all, he thought she was a man, so I guess that would have made it totally fine. I mean, just earlier that year, a 22-year-old fan was reportedly only trying to get a picture with DaBaby when he was beaten senseless by Kane and other members of security to the point where he ended up in a coma and almost died, according to the family. It resulted in DaBaby getting sued. So with all of that in mind, I have no idea why Jack would hire Kane to work with him when he's proved himself to be such a massive liability. Unsurprisingly, Jack was met with a lawsuit of his own, and as far as I'm aware, it's still ongoing. But I don't think it helps Jack's case that this isn't the only time he's had a security step in for him. After all, the only reason they're there is to help Jack get away with what he does best, annoying the fuck out of everyone he meets.
What the f*** is your problem?
You can pretty much close your eyes and click on any random Jack Doherty video to find him making an ass out of himself in public. It's like he just can't help himself. I mean, this guy spends like 5 straight minutes making loud moaning sounds while getting a massage at a mall.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Harder. Oh, harder. I like it. Oh, ah. Oh, yeah. You're getting all in there, shawty.
just like that.
No one laughs. It's just everyone being super uncomfortable, hoping it ends.
Give me that neck. Is it bad that it's turning me on? I'm gonna blow. It's coming. I'm gonna blow. I think I'm good here. I nutted.
Then he calls the masseuse disrespectful for not taking his money.
Here's $50.
I don't want your money.
You have to take it. We're running. She just ripped up the 50. Wait, give me that money back. Take this. Do it. Do it. You won't. You won't do it. Do it.
Please, just walk out.
Wait, do it. You won't. She just ripped up a $50 bill, bro. The disrespect.
He makes a big deal out of it, then starts handing out bits of the $50 bill to random people who don't even know what the hell is going on. And of course, he has to remind us he isn't a mean person. He's not a bad guy. He just wants to put the masseuse's face on a shirt. Not to mess with her at all, of course. I mean, he's not doing anything wrong, remember?
It's like, I'm not being like mean or anything. I'm literally putting on a shirt. It's not that deep. It's funny.
By the time it's printed though, the lady, lucky for her, has already clocked out for the day. Still, that doesn't stop him from messing with any of the other workers.
Does he need help?
Hello. Whoa. 1 second.
Don't worry, I'm a professional.
It's as if he's on a mission to make everyone else's day so much worse. There is negative value in provoking a random teacher only to turn around and pretend like it was him in the wrong the entire time.
Why are you acting so stupid?
Huh?
Why are you acting stupid?
Dude, you shouldn't chew with your.
Why are you acting stupid?
You shouldn't talk with your mouth open.
What's especially weird is that he at one point tells this guy he's 16, which is just straight up not true. He was 18 by the time he made this.
Get out of here.
I'm 16.
Get out of here.
Dude, chill. I'm 16.
Don't be a f***ing idiot.
Bro, chill. Just sit down and eat your food. Just sit down and eat your food.
But then again, he probably does see himself in a perpetual state of adolescence anyway. Why bother growing up when this is the behavior that's gotten him his dream house at 20 years old?
I feel complete, you know, and I'm only 20 years old, but this is a direct result of hard work, guys. Obviously, I wouldn't have anything I have if I don't work all day, every day. A lot of people hate on me because I have money, and I show that I have money.
Yeah, man, that's why people hate you, because you have money. Totally not the other stuff. It's because you're too successful.
One thing people don't understand is I'm not just gonna buy 2 Lambos and a McLaren and not show them online. I'm not flexing. I'm just getting my money's worth.
I hate to say this, Jack, but that is literally the definition of flexing, which is fine, and you just own it. Enough of the bullshit grandstanding. We're not all idiots.
A lot of people like to use my wealth against me and say I'm a brat, blah, blah, blah. If you talk to anyone around me, if you really got to know me, you would know I'm not like that. I wouldn't have what I have in life if that's how I treat the people around me.
Actually, Jack, it seems like the people around you want to beat you up. I don't know if you've noticed that. Would love to know who out there doesn't consider Jack Doherty an entitled, spoiled brat. This is why I like Jack. I know you work hard, Jack. Well said. You're a G. On God, bro. Respect. Bro, I don't get why people hate him. He works so hard to get everything he has. Yeah, working hard for Jack Doherty means trying to get kicked out of places, being involved in physical altercations, and flipping a golf cart over on his girlfriend just to go viral. A lot of hard work. I don't know how he does it. Jack's fans will commend him for grinding for his success and applaud how hard he must have worked to reach such a status, while meanwhile, the hard work in question is just getting in the way of a college tour.
It's not too late to turn around, guys. This guy is a capper, and UCLA pays him to lie.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It's not worth $60,000 a year. It's 2021. Do we really need college anymore, though? I might have to join you, though, on the tour. Is it cool if I join you?
Like I said, we cannot allow any extra guests on our tour. I need to continue.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep walking. Like.
All right. So as I was saying about study abroad, there are a couple of different ways.
Speaking of broads, the broads here are busty as fudge.
There's nothing hard about what he does. It takes no skill to be Jack. It takes a flagrant disregard for the people around you, but that's not exactly something to commend now, is it? In fact, it's honestly a little terrifying what all Jack is willing to do for the dopamine. Like I mentioned earlier, I do unfortunately subject myself to these people's streams every now and then, and I just so happened to catch Jack Doherty at a time when he was lounged out in his Sprinter, bored out of his mind, trying to think of some way to occupy his time for the rest of the evening. The stream had already been going on 8 hours and was kind of hitting a lull. He needed something to get the chat raving again. I walked away from my computer for about 15 minutes and came back to Jack speeding down a residential neighborhood in a $50,000 Can-Am ATV that he's already crashed once, by the way, swerving on and off the road, veering dangerously close to all sorts of nearby trees, lampposts, fire hydrants, and power lines, with like 3 other people with him. To make it worse, I actually went back in the VOD and found him doing the exact same thing earlier in the day where there were more cars on the road.
You think, is this legal?
This?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, but you're the mom.
Absolutely not.
You should be telling us to stop.
You're having fun.
He keeps looking down at this chat, taking his hands off the wheel. I mean, the safety of himself and others isn't exactly a priority for Jack here, clearly. Like this cyclist he passes while staring down at his phone. Lovely. Jack has seemingly unlimited access to all the cars and money someone his age could ever dream of, without any of the responsibility such wealth should require. But believe it or not, streaming isn't even his main income source. The overwhelming majority of Jack's YouTube views come from shorts, meaning he's hardly making enough money over there to fund the lavish lifestyle he flaunts in front of our faces, making the real, specific source of his wealth a bit trickier to pin down. I'm sure he made a lot from his Kick deal, but Jack has to have something else going on to afford 21 homes in cash, at least $800,000 worth of cars, and an abundant watch collection. And it may just have a little something to do with his side hustle.
So many other people get trolled for their girlfriend doing fans, but I feel like me, Steve will do it. Like we both don't get trolled for our girlfriends having fans.
But like you do, so it's okay.
Jack Doherty has an OnlyFans, but I don't think he uses it that much. I don't really want to know, to be honest with you, how often he uses it. I learned that he apparently kissed the Island Boys on there, you know, the incest twins who make out with each other. Those guys. Sorry, it's not really an important detail to include. I just want you to know these twins do kiss each other on the lips for content, okay? That's where we are as a society. But Jack's millions don't necessarily come from his account, mind you. No, the bulk of his fortune comes from the girls he signs. Let me explain. If you recall, Andrew Tate discovered a long time ago that he could get very rich by hiring models to work for what became he and his brother's online webcam business. The Tates have openly bragged about using dozens of girls to scam desperate men out of thousands of dollars over the internet, explaining in one interview how the girls would sit on a webcam and an old dude would sit there. I was training these girls and it got to the point where it was easier if I typed myself. We had the two girls on camera with a keyboard that wasn't plugged in, but I was behind the screen talking to the dudes, saying the right things to start dragging money out of the internet, with Tristan even admitting it was all a massive scam. Yet at the height of it, the Tates were raking in about $600,000 a month, all thanks to the likeness of these models. And it seems Jack may have taken a similar route.
Is OnlyFans probably your biggest source of income? Is that split up between like your own page and like helping other people with their pages?
Yeah, basically. But yeah, it's like my main source, I'd say.
By recruiting OnlyFans girls to his network, Jack is able to take an unknown cut of their earnings, and in return, the girls get promoted on Jack's social medias, get to live in a big mansion with him, and risk their lives riding around in his awesome go-karts. It's actually a very carefully crafted business model. Whenever he features these girls in his often sexual TikToks and YouTube shorts,
I had to get an OF girl that was really good at blowing to blow it all the way up to
100.
She got so tired that I had to swap OF girls and she took it all the way up to
200 blows. It's so hard now.
he always makes sure to leave a pinned comment directing his exceedingly young fan base to the girl's OnlyFans profile. And these are some of the most watched shorts on his entire channel, so it's not hard to see why he's been criticized for it. Not only is he directly promoting porn to what he knows is a child audience, even the OF deals themselves have come under scrutiny.
Alright, so this is the last thing I want to address, because I think it's the last thing I have to address, but basically there's this rumor.
By November of last year, another Kick streamer by the name of Natalie Reynolds began making some pretty serious claims against Jack, beginning by expressing outrage at the contract he had her sign, which she says included no end date, before announcing days later that she would be terminating her OF contract with the scammer Jack Doherty. This kid has done nothing but take advantage of everyone around him. Disgusting. Adding stick to grooming minors, which is an insane thing to just tack on there at the end. She did follow up with, oh, by the way, that grooming thing ain't a joke, LOL. This girl was 17 and Jack waited months for her birthday to get her drunk and sign a contract on a yacht. This claim was echoed by another ex-member of Jack's circle, a dude by the name of Matthew JGL, who once worked as an editor for Jack and likes to credit himself as the guy who revived Jack Doherty's career when he was stuck at just 3 million subscribers. In an interview with The Asher Show, Matt goes so far as to name the alleged 17-year-old and insists that Jack intentionally hires younger candidates.
They obviously go for like the youngest ones. Crazy one that they have, Claire. She was 17 and like we met her at Sway. Not even just Claire. He obviously just goes for the young girls. And Claire actually signed when she was drunk on a boat, and she's not allowed to drink. But
she signed to him when she was drunk on a boat.
He waits to get these drunk and make them sign their life away.
Jack initially responded to Natalie's tweets with utter denial across the board, calling it the dumbest accusation ever and asking to stop giving this clout-chasing attention. Her whole account is a fan page for me, Sam, and Neon. Neon, it should be noted, also repeated these claims on a stream of his own, but apparently apologized for it behind the scenes, at least according to Jack. While Jack chalks most of Matt's behavior up to Matt being jealous of his success or whatever, Jack and his current girlfriend McKinley have both accused Matt of SA. In fact, they claim he's abused a number of the girls who live with Jack, McKinley being one of them. The latter posting a lengthy thread to Twitter in which she explained how Matt had initially been wanting her to come to Florida for a while, and although she had no intention of pursuing anything romantic with him, she finally agreed to come down when Jack and another OnlyFans model invited her. That's when she says Matt became increasingly aggressive, accusing him of cornering and forcibly kissing her right when she got to the house, making her feel super uncomfortable to the point that when she outwardly told him how she felt, he became so irate that Jack and several others had to physically break down a bedroom door to save McKinley, stating that there's so much more she can say and many more girls wanting to come forward about him. She says Matt is jealous and the only thing he cares about is seeing Jack's downfall. Matt responded by appearing on a podcast and showing a series of text messages between him and McKinley around the time of the alleged incident, insisting that she was actually into him. Matt doubles down on his assertion that their interactions were consensual, essentially claiming that McKinley would act super interested in him to his face, but turn around and tell Jack that he was scaring her.
Yeah, and she literally made it where it was like, oh no, you're fine, keep doing what you're doing, like you're good, like I like you, whatever. And then she'll go to Jack and be like, please help me, he's scaring me, like But I'm so understanding. Eventually she like homie hopped to Jack and it just started getting weird at a point, like she was making things weird.
For the sake of time, we unfortunately can't get into all of the tiny details here, but I have linked the full podcast down below, along with McKinley's statements and another testimony from a girl named Sammy who claims that she too was assaulted by Matt.
In the room, in the guest room that you guys had, and he came to the room and he just like was, you know, feeling me, and I told him do not do that, like I didn't want any of that. And then he was trying to like force himself on me, and I told him, I was like, stop, you know. And I pushed him off, and then from there I was like, get out of the room or like I'm gonna wake up everyone and tell them what you did. And he was like, no. He's like, you wanted this, and I was like crying. I was like, I did not want this. He basically like tried to molest me, like he was harassing me, and like I told him not to do that, and he was still doing that anyways.
Jack tweeted this video out, along with alleging the first girl Matt sexually assaulted was a girl named Sammy at my first house in LA, and nobody wanted to believe her because we all thought Matt, our friend at the time, would never do something like that. But after I hired him a year later and he lived with me, the same thing and worse has happened over and over again, and I have multiple other girls ready to come forward about it, which led to a lot of people in the replies saying, you let an alleged sexual predator live in your house because he was your friend? Jack, if that's true, you know how that makes you look, right? You're saying this happened over and over and one of the girls was underage? I mean, this isn't just some light Twitter drama, Jack. This is really serious if true. Though Matt has always maintained it never happened, that Jack is only now making it all up because Matt is exposing Jack's cheeks. A really weird phrasing there. Jack actually tried defending himself here by saying some people are mad I didn't talk about these allegations a year ago, but not everything is meant to be handled on the internet. He spent the last year of his life trying to make me look bad, and I've ignored it. And it's time people realize the person he is. But I mean, why would that time not have been a year ago? Are you not just admitting here that you only went after him when he came after you? There is no way your lawyer would approve of you saying this stuff, Jack. This looks awful. Matt also showed that Jack's ex-girlfriend Grace was on his side, though McKinley was quick to write her off as, quote, the dumb that's still in love with her boyfriend who just wants to break them up. Unsurprisingly, Keemstar threw himself in the mix, as it was only a matter of time, and slammed Matt for lying that he was being paid by Jack, which is obviously a wild claim for Matt to just make up, though at this point, Matt began going after Jack for things like spilling alcohol on him in the club, so it just kind of feels like we've lost the plot here. I mean, what does this have to do with anything? At one point, Matt even ended up admitting to sharing underwear with Jack when they used to be friends.
So I kind of got the gist that she wanted to move on to Jack, so that's why I literally asked her, like, I can give you up to Jack if you really want that. And she doubled down and she said that she liked me, she didn't like Jack. Jack's not even her type. In my stance, it's super confusing. This girl's telling me one thing, and then I have Jack and Logan telling me that she's scared of me. At the end of the day, how the f am I supposed to know that this girl's not liking me when she's literally telling me to my face that I'm fine and I'm doing everything fine and everything? I was asking McKinley, like, what's good with her? Like, do you want to get with Jack? Because if so, we share underwear, we can share girls.
Well, we shared underwear back in the day. Of course we shared girls. Just what? I hate everyone involved with this. Some of Jack's other claims against Matt include him abusing his own dog, being so disruptive and scary that they had to call the cops on him one time, with someone named the Kick Joker posting what looks to be the official police report from March of last year. Matt's only response to this was, what happens when your own friend calls the police on you? He was complaining to the cop, trying to get me arrested for nothing. I'm not exactly sure what nothing means in this scenario. I wish he would delve a little further into that.
We had to call the cops on him once because he threatened to kill 2 of the girls and threatened to kill himself, and he beat the shit out of his dog that day. Body slamming his dog, punching the fuck out of him. Me and my friend Logan literally were about to beat the shit out of him for it, but the cops were there. The cops got there. It was an insane fucking night. So much shit went down. And if this guy really wants to start, I have so much dirt against him, bro. We have all the girls ready to come forward about you, bro. You're a piece of shit. No girl ever wants you.
Jack also provided this insane clip of Matt going absolutely ballistic, screaming slurs left and right, and supposedly being abusive to the girls who were there.
I'm done with this shit, bro. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I do without a win. I'm not a fucking loser. I'm gonna fucking get to the top, and when I'm there, I'm gonna say fuck everything. Cause I'm a fucking winner, man. I fucking win. I'm not a fucking loser, I'm a fucking winner. All I do is fucking win, man. That's all I fucking know how to do.
With $500 in his bank account.
We're all that niggas. We all know what fucking do. So we just stop fucking around and do it then. This place, this fans lost bullshit, fucking midgets, fuck that shit.
But Matt has only doubled down on this clip, stating there were no girls being abused or threatened, and that he was only venting about someone asking him to do OF, which doesn't align with his Christian values. But I guess screaming the N-word over and over does?
So I'm here to explain the video of the black screen. It was recorded by this girl that was in the other room, and I just got off a call with someone that was trying to get me to do like OF stuff and whatnot, and like they were like telling me stuff about my morals, and I just feel like the OF stuff's wrong and it's not something that God would want. Listen to it again, listen to that video again, and really listen to my words. I only win, so understand it, listen to it however many times you need to, and just understand that I always win. So, yeah.
It's also worth noting that Claire, the girl who Matt says was drunk when she signed with Jack, liked McKinley's original thread and has gone back and forth with Matt herself, claiming he forcibly kissed her as well, though Matt replied by stating this was consensual and that Claire had the timeline wrong, posting additional screenshots that seem to show Claire being friendly with him after the alleged assault would have taken place. Claire's explanation for this is that she was only trying to be nice to Matt in spite of what happened and wanted to give him a second chance. Now, I know I just threw a lot at you there. These are some very serious allegations being made on both sides, with an unfortunate lack of proof to go along with most of it. It's kind of hard for me to trust Matt. Not only are there so many girls who have now stepped forward about him, but he definitely seems unhinged from the audio we've heard. And we already know he lied about Keemstar being on Jack's payroll, so his credibility isn't the best in my eyes right now. But that wouldn't mean Jack isn't signing these girls to unfavorable deals. I mean, here he is saying he's only going to pay McKinley $3,000 of her OnlyFans earnings in these leaked messages with Matt, but it sort of just reads as a crude joke, and I have no real idea as to what percentage he's actually taking. Neither side has offered any evidence to definitively prove what these splits are. So show me what it says in the contract. Is somebody, anybody? In the meantime, we're just not going to know for sure. Maybe these deals are actually fair and there's nothing there to be seen. Or maybe it's a matter of time before more girls begin to speak out like Natalie. And of course, there are still circumstances where you can sign a terrible contract without it being against the law per se. The illegal part would be if Jack were getting these girls to sign while under the influence. I know I'm not exactly the most well-educated legal mind in the world, but I am pretty sure that would be contract fraud, which would be even worse if it turned out to be true that he waited until the day these girls turned 18 to sign them. Again, I've seen no actual evidence for that at this moment, but it's not like he hasn't risked massive liabilities in the past with who he chooses as his bodyguards. You don't need me to tell you at this point, Jack isn't the most responsible, considerate person out there. But at the same time, Natalie and Matt haven't given me much reason to take their word at face value either. Natalie is a cloud-addicted freak who has done entire prank videos pretending to be a pedophile and kidnapping kids to film against their parents' will.
Hey, You want some free candy? I said if he wants free candy. I just asked if he wanted free candy. It's a social experiment. It's a social experiment. It's a social experiment. It's just a social experiment.
Hey, Natalie, what is it again?
It's a social experiment.
Oh, okay, wasn't sure. And Matt does come across a little bitter when he isn't reposting flat earth conspiracies or getting mad at gay Doritos on Twitter. So it's up to you what you want to make of this horrific, vomit-inducing mess. Maybe at some point we'll get more information to make things clearer, but in the meantime, I'm content with saying I do not feel good about any of the people involved here. Based on what we know, I only have sympathy for the girls Jack signs to his OF empire. If not for the alleged details in their contracts, then just for the simple fact that they have to live in the same house as Jack Doherty. A fate so harrowing I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
Bro, you just want to touch me because you're gay. You
Okay, I know that was kind of a lot, but I promise we're done with Jack, okay? Yeah, I won't subject you to any more of his broccoli hairstyle any longer. We're done, okay? This might be a good place for you to pause, use the restroom, get some water, give some money to Palestinian relief if you're able to. Me and over 100 other creators have teamed up to raise $1 million of humanitarian aid for civilians displaced in Gaza through organizations like MAP, Heal Palestine, and the PCRF, so please, I would encourage you to donate if you can. It's a great cause, and the link for it will be in the description below. In the meantime, I have to warn you, the rest of this video is only going to get more mentally taxing. Subject doesn't quite have the name recognition as Neon or Jack, but he does have a similarly unsavory reputation with those who have heard of him. It's time we meet.
Yo, when them cameras come on, I don't know how to act.
Just Snags began his career alone in his room, streaming NBA 2K and Madden to a modest following on Twitch. Little did he know, however, that in just a few short years, he'd find himself issuing an apology video to the Mexican cartel for dissing El Chapo on Kick. I'm not joking, this is something this man has done.
I'm every Mexican shot. El Chapo. El Chapo. Mexico, I will piss all over y'all land. El Chapo, how about that one? The whole cartel, suck my dick, and I'm going to Mexico next week. Never scared of no Mexican. I'm going to Cabo, all that. Come do something to me, pussy.
Going after the entire country of Mexico just for the meme of it, I guess? I'm not even really sure what you can do to make sense of this.
I said El Chapa. That's somebody in my chat name. You know what I'm saying? I think he's Spanish or something. El Chapa. I still El Chapa. Not El Chapo. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I just want to apologize, to all the Mexican people. I love Mexican. I would love to get on the phone with El Chapo and him tell me that me and him is good, El Chapo, I would love to be part of the cartel and work for you, big dog.
So how did we get to this point, where Snags is quite literally afraid to walk around in public in fear of the cartel turning him into Tortuga from Breaking Bad? Well, Snags doesn't call himself Mr. Do Anything to Go Viral, Mr. See Red, and Mr. Promote the Violence for nothing. Snags is serious when he says he will do anything for the content. And that could be anything from trying to give himself a hemothorax by beating his chest for hours on end until it turns red and purple. I'm not exactly sure why he does this, but it does seem to leave an impression on his fans.
I love you, baby. Baby, Nazi, 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 J-Red.
Those same fans who don't seem to be over the age of 9, but also like to hear him say stuff like this, I guess.
I want them to put their boot on my neck like George Floyd, you heard? I want to cop today, you feel me? I want to cop the stand on my neck today. That's my goal, man.
I mean, most of his content consists of what I just showed you, along with dissing members of the New York drill scene, something that I don't even think his elementary school viewers could comprehend, but maybe that's beside the point.
Daddy, you on ride. Stop riding. I can't wait till I can see that little swing. I swear he's gonna eat you, Sadie.
Snags is pretty indiscriminate when it comes to choosing his enemies. Those enemies include, but are not limited to, other streamers.
Them Yeezys, I'm beating you out them Yeezys in that fake ass clothing. I don't care how many security you got with you.
Members of the LGBTQ community.
I'm gonna beat the shit out your ass. I'm every shot, okay. Fuck up.
Ah, suck your dick.
What?
Come here.
What? Stop. Pussy.
And of course, anyone unlucky enough to encounter him in public. As evident by the way he threatens random mall goers and tells his chat he's looking for someone to beat up.
I hate that beer. I hate that beer. I'm on that. Let me grab that head. I'm on that. Let me grab that head. What is this laughing at? Get her, bro. This little ass girl. I will punch her sister, bro. I don't care. I will beat both of them up, bro. I want to punch on niggas who got mad time left on this earth, bro.
You feel me?
But remember guys, God moves him. Just trust in the Lord with all your heart. Before long, you'll be outwardly wishing death on all your acquaintances and being blatantly racist to complete strangers over the internet.
Fuck that baby. Two anime characters. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't think that's in the Bible. But if this format looks familiar to you, it's because Snags is using the same Omegle alternative site Monkey that Riot Lol used to obtain CP for his Discord server. Over the past year or so, Monkey has been kind of the default place to go for quick and easy content, especially if you're an up-and-coming creator looking to make some viral, epic moments. But you gotta keep in mind the moral compasses of these new age streamers are pretty much non-existent, meaning their interactions can devolve into pure debauchery in a moment's notice.
That f***ing deadass inbred you.
What?
Yeah. How old are you?
With us, desire us.
I'm 11.
How old, Daddy?
As far as Snags goes, there are literally countless instances of him going way overboard and just straight up harassing whoever he's talking to. I mean, my man is so criminally horny, he doesn't even hesitate to openly flirt with random women in front of an audience of, as we've seen, kids. I mean, they're young.
Can I be right there? Can I be right there? Between your legs? Let me see something. Yeah, let me see something. Yeah, I will punish that little no funny shit. That's for me. That's for me right there. That's for me. That's for me. That's for me. You got an Instagram?
But then again, it's not like Snags has ever stopped himself from including literal children in his quest to go viral, resorting to sexually harassing a 14-year-old girl in this disgusting and infamous clip.
Can I play with that little 8th grade pussy?
Imagine a 24-year-old man saying something like this to your younger sister or niece or daughter. It immediately made the rounds on Twitter, reaching an audience outside the insular bubble he was used to dealing with, leading him to publish the most sincere and heartfelt apology ChatGPT could offer. To everyone who it concerns, I would like to apologize to those who have been affected by a recent video clip that has come out. I would first like to say that video clip is completely out of my character, for I have a mother, sisters, and other family members who are females. Therefore, I respect females and would never want to endanger anyone. I will do my part as an influencer by never indulging in such behaviors no matter what. Lastly, I want to apologize to my family, fans, and supporters. Fans and supporters. Oh wow, really hitting them all, I guess. Again, I apologize and plan to do a lot of damage control / reflecting around the situation. May all be well and everyone be safe. You know, after reading through this entire thing, I think he may have actually written this himself. ChatGPT is ass, but it would never be this incomprehensible. Though if this doesn't feel sincere enough, Snags would then take to his stream to read out the statement verbatim in a genuine demonstration of how truly sorry he is.
To everyone who is concerned, I would like to apologize to those who have been affected by a recent video clip that has came out.
Even if he is sorry, it's just impossible to take seriously when it feels like something Roderick Heffley would be forced to say.
I'm sorry, women.
But then again, I guess the apology didn't matter at all in the end because he later tried to argue the clip was AI.
People hating, still watching. That's what I'm saying. Snags, you're the P word. You said that. Oh my God. Nick, that was an AI clip. Wallahi, would never do that, bro.
Yep, that wasn't him harassing an 8th grade girl. No, that was an elaborate deepfake that someone made of this extremely niche streamer in an attempt to cancel him for doing something completely in line with his character. I mean, are you kidding me? This is what you do, dude. How are people gonna believe this is AI when that's your character? That's your brand. I don't care what his excuse is or how many times he tries to apologize. That kind of comment directed at a child is inexcusable in any context and should result in an immediate ban, no questions asked. But then again, this is Kick, and Snags wasn't quite done with his reign of terror just yet. He had things to do, events to promote, like boxing.
It's MMA, it's grabbing all type of shit.
Shockingly enough, Snags' career didn't change much after this clip. In fact, he found himself able to continue hanging out with the biggest streamer on the site, a man that I'm sorry to keep bringing up is Aiden Ross. Aiden had met Snags a little while back, they'd streamed together a few times in person, and although he was never an official member of SSB, he was certainly adjacent to that community for a while. Just some context here for any normal people out there. SSB refers to Aiden's now defunct streaming group, which included the likes of Cheezer, Convy, Cuff'em, and a person named Schnaggy Hose. I know it may sound like I'm pranking you, but I promise these are all real people. Like, I could probably do an entire video on Cheezer. I don't have the mental capacity for it at the moment, but I will go ahead and let these clips speak for themselves.
Is that a naked baby, bro?
No, he's not naked.
Get him naked. I want to see him naked. GT, I'll suck a baby's. I want a fucking baby right now.
Yeah, get out of here before I stick my dick in you. Hurry up.
Bro, what? She's 16. How old are y'all? How old are y'all?
We're 16.
Yeah, as you can tell, he's also a big frequenter of Monkey and has zero restraint when it comes to blurting out the most grotesque sequence of words that pops into his disease-ridden head. Sexualizing real babies and pulling out a dildo to trick girls into thinking he's exposing himself to them. My question is, why do you own that thing in the first place? Doesn't really make a ton of sense for someone so ardently homophobic.
Why are you gay?
Similar to Neon, Jack, and Snags, though, Cheezer strangely finds himself unable to take even a crumb of accountability when confronted by the literal co-founder of Kick. Instead, he just resorts to pointing out how that clip of him being a dumbass was actually just AI.
Bro, on my life, I did not mean what I said. Half of it was AI, and the other one, it cut out before I could even get my context. Like, I'm sorry for what I said.
Bro, how many of these streamers are gonna use this defense? Does anyone actually believe it? Am I not understanding how dumb these fans are? I mean, who are you fooling? But this video isn't about Cheezer. We're still talking about Snags and his relation to someone with actual equity in Kick. See, Aiden figured Snags would be the perfect addition to the influencer boxing match he was in the middle of organizing. And suddenly, Snags found himself right in the middle of a highly publicized event that had the potential to bring his career of harassing strangers and children online to the next level. He fought two people, Big X and Cuff'em, beating both of them in an MMA-style cage match and naturally elevating his status as a member of Aiden's entourage. While a more well-adjusted streamer may have been able to use this time in the spotlight to springboard themselves into more success, Snags was either too dumb or too unappealing to do that. He never signed an official contract with Kick and essentially went back to doing the literal only thing he knew how to do, making an ass out of himself on video chat. But instead of sexually harassing a teenager, this time Snags decided he was going to take aim at the deaf community. Yeah, it's about time someone puts those guys in their place.
Stop speaking sign language. All that silent. You deaf?
Get ready for early fishing.
I am actually deaf.
No, you're not, cause no, you do not, bro. Don't be with my fault. I'm going to have. Yeah, they going.
Of course, some have pointed out that Snags didn't know this girl was deaf until after he had made his remarks, but that doesn't really make it any better because the rest of the clip is just him relentlessly bashing her appearance for no reason whatsoever.
You not bad enough. Your nose, you got the beak on you. You look like you stink. Your hair look mad rough. Like comb your hair a little bit. Yeah, you and your lips. You dumb bitch. Look, your lips look mad dry. Your hands is mad fat.
Again, very Christian move. This is another clip that happened to make the rounds with Dexerto, Drama Alert, Scuba Ryan, Clout Farms on Twitter, and before long, it even got picked up by the world's youngest flexer herself, Lil Tay. Imagine making fun of someone for something they can't control, all while being a pedophile at the same time, even including the original clip of Snags with the 8th grader, who in their right mind sets up the camera, starts a stream on Twitch, goes on Monkey, and says this to girls my age.
Can I play with that little 8th grade, please?
Pretty valid point there, I would have to say. Kinda hard to argue with anyone who might want to label him a pedophile when he's got clips like these floating around, but Snags was pretty quick to respond, defending his good name by going ahead and proving the exact point Lil Tay set out to make.
Come to SB Island, Lil Tay. Let me show you around FD Island.
Man, how do you expect to beat the pedo allegations by telling another 14-year-old you're going to take them to Epstein's Island? And he does not let up.
Tunnels. I want you to take the tunnel entry. Take the tunnel entry.
Whatever happened to respecting and not endangering females, Snags? And don't tell me you didn't didn't mean what you wrote in that apology. Snags repeatedly threatens Lil Tay with physical violence, saying he's gonna woo walk on her grave after he crushes her skull, all while his own chat is spamming things like, she's a minor, she's 16, stop now. Like, how ignorant do you have to be, man? Streamer Just Snags violates Lil Tay. Yeah, I don't know if that's the word I would use. He's out here harassing a child like a job because it practically is his job, which I did do some further digging and found this clip of his community raiding Lil Tay's Discord, spamming it with even more threatening messages and reposting it on a fan account as if it's something to brag about. Surprisingly enough, Snags did end up being hit with what was meant to be a 1-month ban, either for the clip with him and the deaf girl, the clip of him threatening the middle schooler, or the clips of him threatening other middle schoolers. Honestly, it's pretty hard to keep track at a certain point. The bottom line was Snags reached an achievement that so few streamers do. Managed to get banned from Kick for a pretty lengthy period of time. And while I'm sure the average person would consider some form of action pretty well deserved considering what he said, not everyone agreed.
I just believe that we gotta just let some certain shit fly, you know, and I really stand for my people, bro, and I stand for this platform. So, you know, I worked out with Eddie. Eddie literally told me, he said, yo, I'm gonna unban Snags. It could be 48 hours, so Snags will be unbanned. And I'm gonna unban some other people that have been like indefinitely suspended or permanently suspended, because I don't believe in that shit, bro.
Aiden Ross wasted no time in assuring his good pal that he had nothing to worry about. He was gonna make sure Snags got unbanned in the next 48 hours. Not exactly the most shocking move from Aiden when we consider the type of characters he surrounds himself with who are not named Snags.
Baby right now.
But as the days and weeks went by, Snags' account remained completely dead, gone, buried. No traces of his clips or VODs can be seen anywhere across Kick, and that made Snags a little upset.
So man, Eddie, free me on Kick, or I'm gonna come to Australia and beat on you. Word of my mother, I'm gonna beat on you and your wife. Eddie, f your wife now. You got me mad, you know what I'm doing me now. I'm gonna say f your wife. Aiden Ross, f Issa, I don't care. Get mad, get tight, be me for longer, cause I talked about your bitch. Fuck Issa. That's why Big X put his all in her mouth and you still kissed her. Oh my God, you smut. Oh my God.
In typical Snags fashion, he decided to bite the hand that feeds him a little bit and slammed both Aiden and Ed Craven for allowing him to be so unjustly deplatformed. I guess Snags has never had to be a mature adult in his life, so this may be a shock to hear, but saying you're gonna assault the wife of the owner of the website you are trying to get unbanned from is probably not gonna do you many favors. And mind you, this was after Snags tried to come back early with a new account, and the man just can't stay away from the limelight. He's a fiend for the content. But according to Aiden, the bigwigs at Kick are a little more trepidatious about having Snags come anywhere near their platform, especially after countless warnings went completely ignored.
The thing about Snags is he's been warned so many fucking times. He's had like literally like 10 warnings. And the issue is the last clip that banned him was that fucking thing. Hopefully we can get him unbanned. I'm working on it, bro. Like they hate him, you know.
And I mean, would you blame them? This is a guy who regularly puts himself in the line of fire, willing to get assassinated by the Mexican cartel if it means getting reposted by Dexerto on Twitter. Which, by the way, just so we're clear, the cartel has been known to lethally target influencers who disrespect them in the past. So this isn't just fake beef for internet points. What Snags is doing comes with real life consequences, but I doubt he really understands that. I am not exaggerating when I tell you Snags has expressed wanting to crash his car for the sake of going viral.
See somebody walking up right now, I might just smack him with the V, like pedestrian and all. Like I'm just on bad timing all 2024 summer, you heard? Like get the road, get the road. Like yo, if I see a lady right here walking with her dog, kid, stroller, I'm hitting that bitch.
He says he wants his first fan meet and greet to get shot up.
I really turned crazy. I really turned little kids crazy, bro. I can't wait till I have my first meet and greet, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a shootout. Like, man, is gonna get shot at my meet and greet. Like, I'm gonna be the only streamer that hosts a meet and greet that gets shot up. Like, I can't wait, bro. Y'all gonna start crashing out. Y'all gonna start just in the crowd. Like, oh my God, I can't wait, buddy. Like,
he's threatened to gun down gay pride parades himself.
I'll go to a gay parade and shut it up. Suck my dick.
In one clip, he even says his next viral moment will be when he shoots 30 people at a public event.
Yo, my next viral clip, I'm gonna be on Fox 5, Channel News, like, just like Snags just
massive death. Like, oh my God, 6ix9ine just killed 30 people. He just shot up a parade. Like,
Snags, in my opinion at least, is a disturbed individual. The powers that be woke up his inner demon, in his own words, and I'd rather we don't find out what that means.
I'm free to demon. I need some kids to talk to, bro.
Man, you can compare yourself to demons all you want, but at least give up the Christian shtick. I don't know who you're fooling at this point. But to really stand out on Kick, you need to be willing to let go of morality a bit. You get a little crazy, you know, stoop pretty low. And it's hard to find someone who will stoop lower than... You probably haven't heard of Derek Graz. Not many people have. And I doubt I have much audience overlap with someone who posts things like, crashing a 4-year-old's birthday party, cops called. This isn't even on Derek's channel, because as I'm typing this now, Derek is battling 2 community guideline strikes on his channel, meaning he's 1 strike away from losing it all permanently, and has taken down all of his videos in order to play it safe. But not to worry, according to his Twitter, he'll be making his much anticipated return before you even know it. In the meantime, we're just gonna have to learn about him through his collabs with Buck, Buke, Bucky, FPS, really piss poor name there, I'm afraid. These guys' idea of quality content in 2022 was to film families and children enjoying themselves at Chuck E. Cheese, despite being repeatedly asked to leave the premises.
I just can't let you guys like film inside. It's alright, guys.
Cut your deal. Sorry, we'll cut you a deal.
I have to ask you guys to leave, man.
This worker literally tells them right when they get there they're not allowed to film and that they need to get out of the store. Shocker, they don't listen and are told to leave a second time by what looks to be the manager. So what do? They accuse the manager of sexual harassment.
Excuse me? Do not. That is sexual assault. Sexual assault.
They're just trying to say whatever they can to cause the most commotion. Luckily, nobody around them really seems to care, though they do make sure to repeatedly assure the employees that they aren't filming.
He's not recording. It's a camera lens so you can see. Yeah. No, he has seizures and stuff.
Why is he pointing at me?
Oh, I don't know. Because he's trying to see. He has seizures and stuff so he can only see through a lens. But sir, you still have no proof that I was recording anything, and you took my...
in the window with the camera?
That is I don't know what that is that he's recording.
Now, I'm sure you can deduce that by us now watching this footage on YouTube, the camera was in fact on when they lied and said it wasn't. A trend we'll notice with Derek Graz here in a minute. But in the meantime, the cops get called, so they have no choice but to leave.
Then we got kicked out for bullshit, like literally got kicked out for recording, which I don't even know why it was that big of a deal. I guess we look like creepers. I don't know.
Yeah, man, that's actually exactly why you got kicked out. How are you going to call it a fake reason when you admit you look like absolute creeps? But Derek doesn't just look like a creep, he very much is one. And I assure you that's not hyperbole either. This next part is going to have to be heavily edited. See, apart from Derek's awesome YouTube pranks, he's also built up a pretty illustrious reputation over on Kick. When he's not bothering customers by pretending to work at Walmart.
Dude, I just stared at her tits and said, "Are you recording me?" Oh my God. Jesus Christ. She did her. Latina, bro. I'm saying she's probably 15. Well, not actually, but she probably was, bro.
He's trying to meet women on Omegle, getting pretty upset when he isn't able to see them naked.
What's good? Where are you from? Ukraine? Why are everyone from Ukraine? No, bro, are you fucking serious? Damn, bro, I was about to just got them titties.
You may have noticed Derek didn't even ask the age of this woman before firing off the word tits in the chat and panting like a dog. I'm censoring her for this video, but just know she didn't look particularly old to me. And that's just half the problem. Derek asked this random girl to expose herself to his chat without her having any clue that she was on stream in front of 1,000 people on Kick. Thank God it timed out before anything worse could happen, though he sure doesn't hesitate to find the next available campsite to quench his unending thirst.
Bro, I'm not paying for that shit. Hook it up, mate, easy. What is this? Or what is this? Dallas, Cam Match, Dallas, top 5 hookup plus a Dallas secret side hood up. Jerk off with females. I like that one.
What are you talking about? My man is never not horny out of his mind. These Omegle streams really just consist of him spastically clicking through people, pausing occasionally when he sees a girl he's attracted to, and turning the conversation sexual before she even has a chance to say her age.
Like, okay. So what do you mean by not be weird?
Like, don't try hard, like...
I'm just trying to be myself. Now, I'm not gonna lie, you got some nice-ass lips. I'm gonna shove my dick in the back of your throat. Hold on, wait. Yo, how old are you? How old are you?
Here's a clip of him straight up telling her not to answer that question.
Shit. You got nice boxers.
My SpongeBob boxes?
Yeah. Wait, how old are you? Don't even actually answer the question. I didn't give a fuck.
How old are you?
I'm 16. How old are you?
Guess.
14? 15? Yeah, that's perfect. You can stand up. Nah, I'm playing.
I'm sorry, Derek, but 15 is not perfect when you're an 18, almost 19-year-old man out of high school making girls uncomfortable online. Here you can see Derek thrusting his pelvic region at a girl who he discovers later is 15, only after he spent 30 straight seconds pretending to have sex with her.
Yo, how old are you? 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 How old are you?
15.
15! I'm going to jail.
Yeah, man, you might be. Though then again, I don't know why he even bothers. It's not like the pesky age of consent law has ever stopped him from just trying to get nudes in the past.
Can you show me your titties? Okay, why not? I'm because I never because I want to just see, I just want to see them. How to see them or not?
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 24. How old are you?
15.
So can I see him or not?
Or here, where he's ecstatic to find out this young girl is only a short drive away from where he is. Never mind the fact that she's 15, why should that stop them from meeting up in person?
You're hot too, How old are you?
15. Why?
15? What state are you from?
Texas?
Texas?
Yeah.
Wait, we're in Texas. We're in Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
You're in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Hold on, wait. Let me see. Wait. Age of consent in Texas. Let me see what's going on here. Wait, 1 sec. 17? Like, you're the first person I ever met in Texas, so let me get your Snapchat. I'm in Dallas, too. You can pull up or something tonight.
Here. You can get mine and hers.
No,
Right,
I don't know how else to describe it other than straight up predatory. I mean, you are a danger to the children and just the women in general on these sites.
Bro, your dick is not that big, little boy. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it, because you capping. Not because you dead ass capping. Let me see it.
Hey, this is my cat.
I know. Huh?
Alright, yeah, this is my home room. Yeah, this is my room too.
I didn't ask for your room, bro. I said let me see your dick.
Here he is asking an 11-year-old boy extremely sexually charged questions, like if he's ever had sex, ever masturbated, gotten an erection. I mean, he just keeps going.
You get pussy or not?
What?
You get pussy?
No.
Nah?
No.
Okay, wait, so how old are you? Bro, answer. I don't have to answer. Have you jerked off yet?
What?
Have you jerked off yet? You haven't even jerked off yet? Have you ever got a boner yet?
Oh, no.
Have you ever got a boner? No, man to man, bro to bro. Have you ever had a boner yet?
Sure.
What? Have you touched it? What?
There are no words for this at all, man. I mean, what do you even expect me to say here? Even this 11-year-old kid is visibly taken aback at how this conversation is going. I cannot even begin to imagine if someone spoke like this to my child, even as a joke. Derek shows absolutely no constraint in any of these streams because he probably thinks it won't leave the small insular bubble that is his community. Some of these VODs only have a couple hundred views and 4 likes. I mean, he probably feels like he can get away with anything. Here's the co-founder of Kick, Trainwrecks TV, donating $5,000 to Derek because of how promising of a content creator he is, I guess.
I know.
Trainwrecks donated $5,000. That's a lot of love. Take $5,000 for that level of love, brother.
I'm gonna be nice here and give Train the extreme benefit of the doubt and say that he probably didn't know what an absolute freak Derek was at the time this donation was made. But that's why it's incredibly crucial to be aware of who these creators are and what they're doing on your young, up-and-coming platform. So then you don't look bad when the guy you made $5,000 richer turns out to be unironically preying on teenagers. See, Derek also had these little quote-unquote secret streams he liked to do from time to time. Being the silly, goofy prankster he is, Derek devised a brilliant idea to invite Tinder girls over to his apartment and try to have sex with them on camera in front of 1,000 live viewers. And to make it even worse, these girls had no idea they were being filmed. On the 2 occasions he did this, neither one of the girls were told that they were effectively creating porn for a live audience on Kick. These girls traveled all the way out to spend time alone with a person they thought was genuinely into them, only to have their intimacy exploited for views without their knowledge or consent. Which is why I will not be showing you a lot of the footage from these streams, as to keep this all extremely private as possible. I can't even fathom the trauma that would come from finding out your body had been so grossly used in this way, but I will show you the beginning of the stream so you can get a sense of what Derek had in mind here.
This girl's coming over. One of my friends was on my account, on my Tinder account, made me a Tinder account, and so he basically matched with this girl. I literally have no clue what she looks like. I have no clue what she looks like. She didn't come over. This is my first time meeting her too.
Watching Derek frantically move around the room in search of the best possible angle for his chat to see him with the victim is so truly grotesque. He even says out loud that he's going to hell.
All right, so we'll be like, should we be like chilling like on the couch or like the couch? All right, let me think. She'll notice, but I feel like girls are stupid. I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell internally, bro. I'm up. Wait a second, bro. Oh, this is so bro. Going straight to hell. I don't care, honestly, at this point. It's fine. Is that good? Is that good enough? Okay, is that good enough? No, so pity. This? Wait. I'm going straight to hell, bro. I ain't going.
If you have to say over and over to yourself that you're going to hell as you're preparing to do the thing that will get you in hell, then maybe just don't do the thing. You don't have to do it. You know that, right? That little voice in your head telling you you're going to hell is called a conscience, and it's okay to listen to it sometimes. But of course, he doesn't do that, and would instead prefer to listen to his chat send TTS messages instructing him what to do with the victim.
Set up the camera like a what's it called? Like a hidden camera. I'm gonna have my hoodie up like this, and I'm gonna have the headphones, bro. I'm gonna have the headphones in, and every single I could put TTS. Every single donation, like with the TTS, it's gonna so you guys tell me what to say and say what to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? If she's chopped, I apologize. If she's hot, then it's fucking lit.
He's not exactly hiding any of this. He's pretty upfront about what he's doing, despite that stupid, smug little wink he gives the camera as he tries to say the girls are all in on it and it's all fake.
She's coming. I'm gonna set the camera up. She knows it's a skit. It's a script. It's a script. She does know I'm streaming.
We know it's not fake because no two people would ever be able to pull off such an awkward performance without it being organic. The two are just kind of stiffly sitting on the couch while Derek attempts to goad her into something sexual, asking increasingly charged questions, pulling down his pants at one point, leaning back and expecting her to start giving him head. I mean, it's just awkward and I'm sure beyond terrifying for the girl. After he asks her to undress for the millionth time, she finally calls an Uber. This sets Derek over the edge as he instantly becomes more aggressive. His voice becomes louder and the questions get more inappropriate.
You're Ubering?
Yes.
Why?
Because.
All right.
He eventually points the camera away as things become more sexual, but he does make sure to ask her to be louder.
Can you make more voices up over there? I like the voice. You feel me?
Little does she know, he's asking this so his chat can hear better. Then by the time she's gone, he wanders back into frame and pretends to be all shocked that he left his stream running while he was with a girl.
Oh my god, I'm still live? No way, I just had a girl. Oh my god! No way, I just fucking was live the whole entire thing!
This bit sucks, man. You deserve jail time.
Ha! I got y'all, bro! That was scripted, it was fake! Kick, we're good, bro! Don't worry, it don't happen. We're good.
Only that's not what the girl said, telling YouTuber Vinny D in a subsequent interview that she was completely unaware Derek had been streaming the whole entire thing.
Did you know you were being streamed or any of that?
No, I did not know.
She goes on to further detail all the ways he continued to harass her after she left, calling her unprovoked upwards of 4 times right when she got in the Uber, and getting super aggressive after she called him weird. Even saying she wanted to press charges but didn't know exactly how to navigate that.
When I tried to leave, I don't know if you noticed, but he called me and screamed at me. Like he called my phone when I was sitting outside.
And he screamed at you?
He was so mad. He was so mad at me. He was like, why did you leave? I said, because you're f***ing weird, leave me alone. And then he kept calling me, so I answered. And he was like, I'm f***ing weird. weird. Well, guess what? And then I hung up and I blocked him.
I remember you telling me that you were gonna like do legal charges, but like you didn't know like how to go about that and everything.
Yeah, I did want to. For the first like couple weeks after it happened, I really, like, my intention was to do something, but I didn't really know how.
This was not something this girl signed up for, and there's honestly a pretty good chance that she never would have found out about the stream if it weren't for the clips picking up traction on Twitter. I can't imagine what that realization must have been like. And again, she's not the only girl.
She look like she's gonna ask why you moving the camera. I'll be like, just in case some school shit happens, you feel me? Oh my god, chat. Oh, this is so dumb. The shit I do for the LOLs are crazy.
Because Derek saw no repercussions from Kick over this first secret stream, he figured there was nothing stopping him from going forward with the second one. After all, the chat was really loving the first one. Gotta keep those interactions flowing, right? This time, he straight up lies to the girl's face after she asks if the camera in his room is on. She's already worried that he might be filming her, but the idea that he's already streaming their interaction to countless people is something that probably didn't even cross her mind. It's so sinister.
The ring
scared. I'm scared. No, you have a camera up there.
Oh, I shut it off more.
Oh, so it's on?
No, so the computer's on, obviously, but not the thing, you know?
I know.
You said what? What are you saying? Alright, one drink.
Derek's able to lie here and calm her nerves at the beginning, which only leads her to a false sense of security. She feels like she can be vulnerable to this man because he's being so personable to her face, but it's all a depraved act so he can hopefully get a viral moment out of the night. At one point, she even feels safe enough to change clothes in his room, as long as he turns the other way, which tells me that she still had her reservations for being there and couldn't fathom the possibility of hundreds of people watching her change. Derek is kind of covering her up during this part, but if you read the chat, everyone is in there still watching it very carefully to see if anything shows. The whole stream is a nauseating breach of privacy and a complete disregard for laws and morality. I hope this girl is able to sue Derek for everything he's worth. He lied to her about the camera being off. I mean, you can't do that and expect there to be no consequences. Believe it or not though, Derek did face some mild consequences for these streams eventually, okay? It didn't happen immediately. It took some time, but I guess Kick finally got the memo that, hey, Derek Graz, the guy who recorded those women without their knowledge, yeah, you should probably be banned. So the second his actions had any impact on his bottom line, I guess Derek decided to finally address the situation, which he did recently in a 30-minute video titled "A Kick Streamer Who Has Been Falsely Accused." The streamer in question, of course, being him. He also just ripped this thumbnail straight from the Asher show, who had called him out for this behavior just a couple weeks prior. Not sure Derek's thought process behind that one. And before we dive into the video itself, I think the description might give you an idea of where this is going. I am a 19-year-old streamer who has been streaming since I was 16. I am not a terrible person. I am young, and most importantly, human. All humans make mistakes, like when you misspell the word all in your YouTube description. On other words, I was painted as an awful human being, which is not the case. There were things in Tanat's video that were not true. He's referring to Asher's video here. The entire video, even starting from the start, paint me as someone I am not. A lot of this was taken completely out of content, which has resulted in a Kick ban. Hashtag free Derek, hashtag Kick streaming, hashtag Kick, hashtag Kick streamer. So to use Derek's own words, starting from the start here, we're already in excuses territory. Derek is young and he's new to streaming, while simultaneously being a veteran to it. He goes out of his way to explain that he's taking accountability for being a bad person, while also begging for his Kick ban to be lifted because after all, he was, quote, falsely accused. Derek is all over the place here. I only wonder if this video is just as messy and convoluted as its description. Spoiler alert, it is.
My name is Derek Ross. I'm a streamer, and I've been streaming for 3 to 4 years now. I started streaming on Twitch when I was around 15 to 16, playing Fortnite and just playing video games, and then I slowly got into like IRL and just chatting content. And basically, so right now my content consists of, just Discord calls, playing video games here and there, doing like just challenges,
I shit you not, Derek spends the entire first half of his response just going over his background as a streamer. Like this is some icebreaker activity you're doing at school or something. Man, no one cares what you do for a living. You're being accused of sex crimes. These are not exactly light claims being made against you, Derek. I need you to lock in for me and just get to the fucking point. How are you gonna defend yourself here?
I hid the camera, and I wore like 2 earpieces in my ears, and I would have, TTS on, and my chat would donate and basically tell me what to do, and tell me how to act. Now, this is not okay in a million years. I was young, I was stupid, I let the views and just my chat kind of get into my head and tell me what to do, and I try to be the good person by listening to them, but after reflection, I realized that was terrible.
Oh, okay. Well, that was pretty easy, actually. I guess Derek decided in this moment to change his life from, oh, it was all staged, to just admitting to it, which he has to explain is not illegal in a one-party consent state like Texas.
Legal? Not illegal. It's not. It's a one state film consent in Texas, but that doesn't matter.
But what this actually tells me is that Derek doesn't know the law, because when we look at Texas Penal Code 21.15, we see that unauthorized recording, photographing, or transmitting visual images of another person without their consent is prohibited when they have a reasonable expectation of privacy. As we witnessed earlier, Derek straight up told one of the girls that the camera was off, leading me to believe that she had a reasonable expectation of privacy when she made out with him, changed clothes in his room, etc. Both of these girls were fully unaware that their privacy was being breached. I'm not sure if Derek understands the potential legal consequences of what he did, but he is admitting here that it was morally wrong for him to do it.
It was truly, it was morally wrong. It was morally wrong and messed up, and I deeply regret doing that. And it was just fully messed up. So again, I'd like to apologize to Kick for bringing that. I'd like to apologize to these girls, which I have reached out and talking about it, and I'd like to apologize to you guys for even condoning that stuff. And I'd like to apologize to myself because this action genuinely messed up and ruined
I'd like to apologize to myself.
Good aspect in my life.
Of course, he doesn't show this level of self-reflection and remorse when his account wasn't banned, but I digress. This isn't the only thing he's addressing here either. Another reason Derek is making this video is to clear his name of another extremely serious allegation made against him. In his original video, Asher brought the following footage to light. It seemed to depict Derek sitting on a call with his moderator, Silva, who you actually might remember from the Something About Chickens video calling out Derek's friend Riot Lol. That's right, yeah, they're friends. Riot can be seen here in Derek's chat. If that doesn't tell you the type of guy he is, I don't know what does. The clip Derek is addressing here depicts Silva receiving something from Derek's My Eyes Only album on Snapchat. Both men appear wild with excitement as Silva asks if chat can see this.
My Eyes Only? Derek? Can Snap see this? That's it. Yeah. Yeah, I heard. Oh, what the f?
Silva then makes a proposition.
I'll give 10 gifted if you send it to me right now. All of that.
Derek agrees. Silva sends the 10 gifted. And Derek then goes on to send even more explicit material of what seems to be his ex-girlfriend, whose name has been removed here for the sake of privacy. Silva then says he's already resold her nudes for $100.
Alright, 10 gifted. Coming your way, buddy.
Wait, there's more.
Oh my god. 157. Enter the code right now.
Wait.
Chat boxes are $20. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. Alright.
You can see what that is about.
I'm just typing the code right now. One. This might take me a while. I'm really fucked up.
Wait, yo, actually, before I show you the rest, bro, I'm not saying who, but you know who. But like, look, wait, this might be gross to you, but look, wait.
I promise you I'm gonna be girl standing here right now. Yeah, I just flipped all those news for like $100, so.
That's true. No, dude, I'm the yo, I got you all. Oh, why might you?
Derek repeatedly says things like, I don't give a fuck, this is gross, but check this out, laughing hysterically as they take turns commenting on the illicit material. Derek says he wants to send him even more after he leaves, before showing the chat that he does in fact have the My Eyes Only tab open, then playing audio from another one of the videos Derek and Silva were looking at. Concerningly, at one point, Silva asks Derek, is that a 12-year-old? And remarks Derek's a sicko, as the two continue to laugh and laugh.
See my screen?
Yep. Unfortunately, I can. Is that a 12-year-old?
You know what? Yo, this is crazy. Look.
Oh.
But Silva may not be the only person involved in this, as YouTuber Vinny D discovered these screenshots from Derek's Twitter group chat and Discord of people discussing the nudes and how they can get a hold of them. Vinny also managed to provide this audio depicting a guy by the name of Jonathan distributing the material to others, commenting on the girl's appearance the whole way through.
One is 30 seconds. 30? Damn. He really only needs 30 seconds, huh? One's a minute. The other one is 32 seconds. 32 seconds. Wait, what do you sell it to you on? Discord or not Discord? Snap. Oh, Snap. I've always thought it's flat as shit, and these videos proved it right here. Like, it's bad how flat she is. She's actually flat. Oh, fuck yeah, she's literally pancake. But Derek's actually delusional. It's gonna let you know. Like, it's actually bad. But he kept saying, he was like, yo, hold up. He was always like, it's definitely got the yachts. So I was like, she just not rich. Bro, he sent me a video of her twerking. It's literally skin bone that she's twerking. You know the Minecraft skeleton voice? Yeah, bro. God. Wait, so Max, what would you do for it? What's that? Hey Max, what would you do for it? I guess nothing. Guess he doesn't want it. Yeah, I guess he doesn't want it, buddy. Yeah, so like I said, Jonathan, my DMs are wide open.
If this wasn't bad and illegal enough, there is also reason to believe that the ex-girlfriend was underage in the clips being circulated, meaning Derek, Silva, and anyone else with possession of this material could be in serious legal trouble if it ever went all the way to court. Again, I won't be publishing her name, but as the YouTuber Streaming Spotlight reports in his video, she does have a birthday listed online as 2005. She's 18 now and supposedly hasn't had any interaction with Derek since she was at least 16. Still, that hasn't stopped him from trying to sell her possessions over Discord. You can see here he's listed her underwear, necklace, bra, hair, notes, necklace, chains, and bracelets, all for his community to purchase. So that's the second thing Derek is responding to in this video. But unlike the first claim, Derek is going to be denying this one. Let's find out what he has to say.
So basically, about a month ago, I was in Florida, and I had my editor, my filmer, and my friend. And he basically was filming for me, editing my videos, and I took him to Jack Doherty's house, right? And me and Jack Doherty got into a altercation. I was kicked out of Jack Doherty's house, and Jack, told my friend, my cameraman, my editor, that he would give him a job to not leave the house and leave me alone, whatever. So I was left outside. I was just I was like 45 minutes away from home. My phone was at 1%. I was fully embarrassed because this kid just took my friend and my filmer on stream. So Jack never hired him for the same exact reason that I'm about to tell you. So this filmer and editor was extremely mad at me. He has been constantly harassing me on Twitter, on Discord, on YouTube, on Reddit, trying to frame me for this exact claim. Another account was made, another account was made, another account was made. So this claim has been coming from someone who's been harassing me and trying to take me down. He's out for blood for me for no exact reason.
Okay, so to summarize everything he's saying here, he argues this claim is illegitimate because it came from a former disgruntled editor and ex-friend of his who now works for Jack Doherty, I think, or used to, I don't know. The only thing I care about is whether or not Derek was actually selling nudes of his underage ex. But Derek does eventually explain that the girl in the videos he sent to Silva was actually not his ex-girlfriend at all. He was actually sending an OnlyFans sex tape he made with a different girl by the name of Bella.
I had sent my friend in this very misleading clip was a OnlyFans tape that was supposed to be posted on OnlyFans, right? So if we go back to about right here and this clip right here, I had sub goals, right? So basically sub goals is when someone subs, it gets like the mark or whatever, and like do the challenge. So basically at 500 subs, we would release our OnlyFans tape, right? And keep in mind, this girl that was in the tape, she is overage, she is fully consensual of it, and she's fully aware of it. So I don't know why and where this guy even tried to pin me selling my underage ex-girlfriend's explicit photos on something that is just not the case at all, and it was a OnlyFans tape that was fully sensual, fully aware, and fully above age. Taking those two misleading things and putting them into a clip is just genuinely something that's very wrong.
This is why I feel like Derek just hasn't looked at the claims made against him, because in these leaked Discord messages, you can clearly see the name of his ex-girlfriend being talked about in relation to the explicit material he sold. The girl's first initial starts with an E, not a B. Nobody in these leaked messages is even saying the name Bella. They're saying the name of his ex-girlfriend. Not to mention he doesn't show any proof of what he's saying whatsoever. His defense here entirely boils down to just trust me, bro. He hasn't exonerated himself for anything, especially when he's right here in this screenshot selling his ex-girlfriend's underwear. I mean, like, you're a little stupid to pull off these kinds of lies, Derek. I'm sorry. You haven't convinced me, and I don't think you've convinced anyone else. I guess we'll see how stupid your audience is, though, and you make your grand return to content creation pretty soon. Hell, maybe he'll even be back by the time this video is up. In the weeks he's spent away from streaming, he's made sure to give us constant updates on Twitter, reassuring fans that he's got some crazy shit planned whenever that ban lifts. If I were to guess, I'm sure he'll be just fine. After all, he's got the biggest account on Kick looking out for him.
Derek, who should be unbanned? Genuinely, bro. You guys gotta understand, bro.
I'll never understand why the big wigs at Kick waste their time running defense for some of the worst people the platform has to offer, but they sure love doing it. Here's Eddie Boy himself, again, the founder of Kick and Steak, expressing a glowing admiration for our final subject of the night. Join me in discussing one of the absolute worst streamers I have ever had the displeasure of encountering. This last segment is about... Again, Suspendus is someone I don't expect you to know, but by the end of this video, I promise you'll wish you'd stayed ignorant. I can't describe the feeling I get from watching Suspendus other than just pure nausea, which I've kind of felt while researching this entire access of evil, but Suspendus especially. There's not much this guy hasn't done, let's just put it that way. As a brief introduction, why don't we check out the highlight reel?
Yo, don't touch my shit. Don't touch me. Fuck you, pussy. You want me to turn down my volume?
Yeah.
That's all you.
Speak in the train.
That's all you have to say. Speak English to me.
Don't fucking Japanese to us, man.
Okay, bro. I mean, I'd smash a 6-year-old, bro. Why not? Some of them are hot. Like Japanese ladies, they keep themselves nice and shit. By the way, when I was an English teacher, I used to have to do Santa. You know Santa? Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! I used to be a very good Santa. Sit on my face, I mean my lap, and tell me what you want for Christmas.
I think you see what I mean. It's like the more you research Suspendus, the more you start to worry about the people who have to endure his presence. But if you're wondering what compelled Eddie to extend those warm wishes I mentioned a second ago, well, Suspendus was at one point arrested in Nepal for asking to marry what was reported to be a 15-year-old girl. And Ed, being the saint that he is, wanted to make sure our boy was safe and sound after such a harrowing incident. I mean, who wouldn't?
The boss over at Kick.com, we let him know he was happy that we're all okay. So thank you to Eddie. I'm okay.
This generosity isn't anything new though, with Ed gifting Suspendus subs in the past and professing his overall admiration for him as a creator after his wedding, as seen in this Discord message from October 2023. You know, months after footage depicted what looked to be Suspendus assaulting an unconscious woman at a Japanese karaoke bar on Kick.com made headlines. According to this screenshot, it would seem Eddie is happy to help that guy out with anything he may need. How nice. I'm sure Sus could certainly use it. He gets himself in trouble pretty much every other week. Here you can see Suspendus with Slightly Homeless, another streamer whose story I'll save for another day, harassing the locals in other countries. This is kind of what they're known to do, but this clip in particular garnered a high level of infamy when, after they get rejected by a random girl they just walked up to on the street, they go on to ask if she's for sale.
We like to marry girls at first sight.
Yeah.
Can I marry you?
No. Why are you so shy? And show us what you're selling. What you selling? Are you for sale?
These are Mendoza. Are these for sale?
Now's a good time to mention that Suspendus, yeah, he's 40 years old. And this is how he speaks to someone who is clearly a younger person he doesn't even know. Now, while it was reported in the news that this girl was 15, I personally haven't been able to find any clip to verify her age myself. But if you ask me, just as a rule of thumb, you really shouldn't be speaking this way to anyone on the street, much less someone who looks as young as this girl does. I'm not going to be showing her face for the sake of maintaining her privacy, but just know I'm not the first person to call out what's going on here. These guys realized pretty quick they had flown too close to the sun when Nepalese authorities showed up and placed them under arrest later that day.
Dude, what are all these police doing right now? My problem? Hello.
Sir, please close. Yeah.
Close it?
Please, just a minute.
Okay.
Please close.
It's closed. What's going on? I don't know. Should we get out of here?
Not to worry. Next.
We're okay?
Not to worry. We are here for a job.
Helping us out? What's happening? Should we get out of here?
The police saw this clip, and Suspendus and Slightly Homeless were promptly charged with child endangerment. Whether or not they meant it as a joke was a moot point in this moment, as a representative from the US Embassy promptly informed the pair that they were facing a maximum of 10 years in prison. Slightly Homeless was quick to admit he f***ed up, probably afraid of the possibility that he was going to jail in Nepal for a decade, but Suspendus has always maintained that he did nothing wrong, and he was detained for no reason.
Oh, so they just let you guys go? No 10 years in jail, nothing?
Yeah, man, I didn't do anything anyway.
Somehow, they ended up slipping out of that one, but the threat of a criminal conviction in a foreign country was enough to prompt Sam Pepper, yes, he hangs out with these guys too, to pack his things and get the f*** out of Nepal.
It was just not worth it, guys. It was not worth it to stick around and end up sharing a jail cell with homeless. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll probably be out in a day or so. It really isn't worth it.
Suspendus originally dabbled in fashion. He started his own apparel company around 2011, which went by the name of So Fetch Clothing. Somehow, their Facebook is still up, though I probably would have taken it down a long time ago if it had pictures of me looking like this or this. If you were online in 2014, you might recognize Pedo Bear on this particular number. Kind of a weird thing to put on a shirt, but even after all these years, Suspendus stands by his artistic vision wholeheartedly.
As far as the t-shirts, yeah, I designed them. You know what I mean? I thought they were awesome t-shirts back in 1990. The bear was a meme, you know what I mean? I'm older than most of these other streamers, so, you know, they probably don't remember back there, and especially if you're not from America, then you wouldn't understand the meme. It was funny as at the time. We live in a world with woke people, triggered people, and things like that. If you're woke and triggered because of a shirt that I designed 15 years ago, then you can stop watching my channel.
Spoken like someone who asks young girls if they're for sale. You may have noticed a second ago that So Fetch Clothing was originally established in Philadelphia, which begs the question, how did a fashion designer from Pennsylvania end up making content all the way in Asia? But as the lore goes, Suspendus fled the United States after being hit with a lawsuit from Paramount Pictures. Turns out you can't trademark a phrase that originated in one of their most iconic films to date. Yeah, Suspendus apparently tried to copyright the phrase so fetch, which is so fucking stupid. He also has several outstanding warrants spanning from multiple tickets he's refused to pay, as the YouTuber Spree included in his documentary. If you want a more detailed and thorough exploration of Suspendus's entire story, I'd recommend giving it a watch. There aren't a whole lot of people out there chronicling the sad, embarrassing life of Suspendus, so his story can be a little difficult to track, honestly. All I know is there are people who have said he lives in a former crematorium outside of a Japanese cemetery, which, if that's true, he's living like a Tim Burton villa. I mean, crematorium? Now is also a good time to take a little detour and introduce a forum by the name of Alex Addicted, which honestly could be its own video with the amount of weird allegations out there surrounding this thing, but for the sake of time, I'm going to be keeping this segment fairly brief. There's actually already a great video on its history by the YouTuber Marcy that I would recommend you check out if you want all the disturbing details. But what you need to know for now is that according to its own website, Alex Addicted was once the premier online site for alternative modeling, created all the way back in 2005. During the early 2010s especially, Alex Addicted provided a space for scene kids to post pictures of themselves and engage with one another. You can still find remnants of Alex Addicted strewn across YouTube and Facebook, where members would proclaim their commitment to the site and deny any allegations of wrongdoing by the agency's founder, an anonymous user by the name of Alexa, who claimed to be a teenage girl herself, though her true identity remains heavily debated to this day. More on that in a second. For about the past decade now, there have been allegations floating around that this Alexa person would ask underage users to post explicit images of themselves to the site. One girl by the name of Chrissy Lynn uploaded a video back in 2013 detailing her experience with Alex Addicted, describing what all she witnessed as a young 14-year-old user of the site. She described Alexa as a domineering force, someone who would abuse and berate the underage girls who made up the website.
I was in this site when I was 14. I'm 17 now. I was 14 and I was just starting out site modeling. I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and Alex Addicted was like the shit, right? Like everyone was always talking about it, and so I thought I'd join, you know? And I saw Alexa asking her models for nude photos. And I mean, of course, this threw me, like, I had obviously never had anything to do with the site modeling world. I didn't know if this was normal or not, and it kind of threw me. I was like, oh god, is she gonna ask me for some? And I saw a bunch of the girls in there, I'm not gonna name names, I saw a bunch of the girls in there posting nude photos. When I left, she immediately started freaking out on me, calling me names, telling me I was fat and ugly, I needed more makeup, that I needed to lose weight, and that I would never be good enough for Alex Addicted anyways, even though I was in her site before I left. And she was just horrible to me.
If you were to read the comments on this video, you would find Suspendus's name being brought up dozens of times over the past year. Why is that? Well, Suspendus was in fact a model on Alex Addicted. This is indisputable. We know this thanks to a video uploaded in 2012 depicting old modeling pictures of Suspendus, whose real name is Avram Merlin, along with this description that reads, Avram is a new model with AASM. He is also owner and CEO of SoFetch Clothing. I love his style, love his ambition. I will be promoting SoFetch on all of my channels. Suspendus himself has also discussed his time with Alex Addicted openly on Kick, albeit it's still a bit confusing. He remains pretty vague with what he was actually doing on the site, other than saying he's proud of the pictures he took on there and doesn't care much about it now since it was, quote, 15 years ago, and there's a statute of limitations on all of that. Okay, not sure why there would need to be a statute of limitations on something if you weren't doing anything wrong. What did that mean?
That was always the most annoying to me. People talking about shit that happened like 15 years ago. I don't give a fuck anymore, man. There's a statute of limitations on private life shit, bro.
He also writes off any questions regarding his time on Alex Addicted as a psyop by the government, whatever that means.
It's a fucking psyops operation by the government, bro. Are you crazy?
The only thing that you have to, the only word that really will get you anywhere is psyops. If you don't know what psyops is, then I really can't help you. You know what I mean? But basically, it's all just a fucking illusion anyway.
He also mentions he already covered all of this back in 2021, but believe me, I have searched high and low for that video and cannot find it anywhere.
I think in 2021, I went into length about what Alex Addicted was. I mean, I wasn't as big streamer then than I am now, but there's a video out where I talked about it for about an hour, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna go into it again. I've already talked about it. You know, hundreds or thousands of online people wanted to be models, including myself. I don't regret anything. I thought those days I fucking shot wonderful pictures of myself, very, very happy. So for anybody trying to correlate anything like that, you know, go and do your research for yourself.
I'm trying to, and I just end up with more questions. Ultimately, with such limited information to go off right now, it's impossible for me to repeat the claim that others have made that Suspendus himself is Alexa. That seems to be the narrative a lot of people have ran with, but I can't sit here in good conscience and say for certain that that is the case. Now, that absolutely doesn't mean he's chill and normal around minors. Trust me, he isn't.
They're so hot.
They look
probably.
Oh, dude. No, they.
I told her to hit me up when she's 18.
Bro, oh my God, don't. Nah. The f. Nah, Nah, never say that to a girl.
You know you've crossed a line when even Ice Poseidon is telling you to knock it off. It's hard to talk about Suspendus though without at least briefly touching on his murky connection to Alex Addicted. But with such minimal information regarding that era, I think it's also productive we focus more on what we can very visibly see him doing today on Kick. The things that we know to be true, like how he was the very first Kick streamer to be verified, or the handsome salary he once pulled in on a monthly basis due to his contract, or how he was the one to originally inspire Johnny Somali to start IRL streaming. You know Johnny Somali, the dude who makes a living traveling the world and seeing which locals he can piss off the most.
Do I look like someone who's a sexual harass anybody? Okay, don't touch me, bitch. Don't touch me, bitch. Don't touch me, bitch. I'm from America, bitch. Don't touch me. I'm from America, bitch. Don't touch me. I'll slap that ass. I'll grab it too. Donald Trump told me grab it by the pussy. I'll grab that too. Stop playing with me, bitch. I'll grab it by the pussy right here, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'm a different type of journalist.
Here's a look at one of his more avant-garde works called Being Racist on a Train.
You know Hiroshima? You know Hiroshima? Nagasaki? You know. Why you do this? Pearl Harbor? Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Yeah, old Johnny Boy is in jail right now for pulling some stunts in Israel, so at least we won't have to worry about him false claiming this video as he likes to do. Editor's note here, he was apparently released immediately after being detained, which I hadn't seen when I originally wrote this, so if this video goes down, that might be why. But knowing what all Johnny Somali has gotten up to, it's not much of a surprise seeing his mentor Suspendus doing almost the exact same stuff, making locals uncomfortable by, let's go down the list, groping women at the club, throwing vodka bottles out of a moving car,
What the hell?
making out with a 17-year-old Japanese girl on stream.
Yes, I am 17. I'm sorry. What? Wait, that's illegal. I know.
Again, 43-year-old man. And of course, blasting the American national anthem at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial.
Can you see what we hail at the twilight's last?
I swear to God, man, all Kick streamers need to be kept 100 yards away from any World War II memorial site, just to be safe.
I'm can't wait to go to Germany. And then I think me and Tav are going to take one day and go to Auschwitz on stream and like do a tour. We might not be able to stream it though, because we're gonna do a video.
And to think with all of this horrendous shit under his belt, Suspendus still has the nerve to call Sam Pepper a liability.
Sam, you're a liability, bruh.
Oh, I'll be the first to say Sam Pepper is a repulsive little cockroach of a person, but he's entirely right when he calls out Suspendus here.
What the fuck are you saying? I'm a liability. Do you know your track record? Do you know the things that you have done on stream?
Yes, I've
So how are you saying that I'm a liability, bro?
Everything that I've ever done when I'm streaming only affects me.
That's not true. Like the Japan train incident. You were affecting other people's lives on the train.
True.
But these insidious acts don't stop there. Like I mentioned earlier, Suspendus's depravity knows almost no bounds. It's how he catapulted Kick into their very first controversy all the way back in 2022, before the site was even a week old. How they didn't learn right there that they were beginning to attract some of the most sordid people on the internet is something I really can't understand. He literally shows himself on screen naked and receives no punishment because, again, this is the platform where anything goes, and that's a good thing. Remember, guys, that's a very good thing. At least that's what I'm told. But I wonder how Aiden and others over at Kick feel about Suspendus groping an unconscious woman on stream. This clip is incredibly uncomfortable to sit through for obvious reasons, and I won't be showing it uncensored because what he's doing is a crime. He and his friend, another streamer by the name of Hiobsima, were visiting a Japanese karaoke bar with a couple of locals when the incident took place. The two women are becoming visibly more inebriated as the stream continues. They're all drinking, for the record, but if you watch closely, you can see these women repeatedly reject Suspendus's advancements throughout the night. One of them can be seen here physically trying to get away from Suspendus.
No, I have to wait. I can't get one.
Before long, she's laying down on the couch, too drunk to even stand up. I guess that's when the two men decide they've had enough fun, and as they're getting ready to leave the two girls there, which is incredibly irresponsible in itself, Suspendus leans in for a goodbye kiss, forcing himself on top of one of the women as his friend stands idly by and streams the whole thing.
I want to say goodbye. Move.
Okay, take your time. Oh my God. Damn. Congratulations, Suspendus.
Doesn't step in to prevent it or anything. And if that weren't bad enough, he catches Suspendus again just a few minutes later, laying on top of the woman a second time.
Oh my God. Damn. Oh man. Oh no, it's too sexy. Suspendus? Can we go? Hey, let's go, man. Hey, Suspender, let's go. No, please. Can we go, please?
In fact, those who have managed to find the full VOD say he returned at least 4 times to try and take advantage of her. She's not even moving at all in this clip. She's looking too drunk to even comprehend what's going on. It's a disturbing sight, watching these two act like it's no big deal. Hyobsuma even implied after the fact that the girl was not really into Suspendus whatsoever.
And he did, you know.
What did he do?
I mean, he did the fucking... Oh, you was there when he was, like, making out with this girl. Do you think that was okay? Like, do you think the girl was into Sus? Do you think the girl liked Sus, the one that was kissing him? Oh, okay, your mouth shut, your mouth sealed. You're sworn to secrecy by Sus the man, Sus himself, okay.
Not that he even needed to say that, I mean, we all saw the clip. Though Suspendus' defense for this whole thing is that he did nothing wrong on the basis that Japanese men are, quote, known to grope, in his words.
I kissed a girl, bro. That upsets a whole entire country. Kissing a girl, do you know how aggressive Japanese dudes are? When they're drunk, bro? Japanese dudes are known to grope. I just kissed a girl, bro. I never f***ing groped people.
Suspendus isn't taking the situation seriously, probably in part because he knows how hard it is to actually see any repercussions on Kick. But don't take my word for it. He has outwardly acknowledged their leniency in the past.
I pissed on the wall by accident, but I wasn't aiming properly. But that's what Kick's all about. Kick's all about like, this guy, he didn't mean it. He was a good guy the whole time. He just made a simple mistake.
It's hard to say he was just joking here because despite this incident and that little wardrobe malfunction he had shortly after the launch of the website, Kick hasn't really done anything to push back against Suspendus. I mean, he's still around. And because he saw zero repercussions for what he did in that karaoke bar, Suspendus was able to continue broadcasting his crimes to an audience like the very next month, where he had sex in front of a child on stream. I hate that I had to say those words just now. I will say the clip itself is hard to find because Suspendus has gone out of his way to claim it to be taken down as many places as he can. So I'm really just gonna talk over this last part. What you're seeing is Suspendus IRL streaming in the Philippines last April. You can see the door is closed while the woman's child remains jumping around the bed. The pair exchange a few words before Suspendus slides the camera around to face the wall as he explains to the chat he needs to take care of some business.
Okay, so we see the child on the bed with the phone. The door is closed. Alright, the door is closed. Okay, so the child was in the room.
Telling his audience he'll see them in a minute before telling the girl, your son is having a good time, or something to that effect.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're gonna freak, baby. I'll see you in a minute. Your son's having a good time.
Your son's having a good time, by the way. You think they're in the bathroom? Yeah, the kids stayed watching dinosaur cartoons. I saw that. Yeah, James was never in the room. They don't care? Oh, she goes, why are you still streaming? And then he says, they don't care.
The lights go off, and although I'm not sure if they went into the bathroom or not, you can definitely hear what's going on. I won't play it, but if the chat can hear Suspendus moaning, then I'd be willing to bet the kid in the room can. By the end of it, as fellow streamer Slycan was able to translate, the girl informed Suspendus that her son was playing with his dinosaur toy the whole time, before telling him it's time to go.
Okay, they're washing up. I think maybe what I'm guessing was they was probably in the bathroom with the door open and the lights off. So that everyone on his chat could hear the sound. So I don't think he was on the bed. But the door was open and he was in the bathroom, because you didn't hear any door open from the bathroom, so they were already in the bathroom. She says it like, don't worry, my kid is watching the dinosaur. She says it like right after he nutted. Told them, baby, let's go. Baby, tarana. Tarana means let's go. And then you could hear the kid, okay. He's answered like, okay.
There is pretty much nothing I can say about this that would adequately capture the level of depravity we're dealing with here. In normal circumstances, this would have resulted in Suspendus getting an immediate permanent ban from Kick, likely followed by a formal investigation, because that is a profoundly inappropriate environment for the child.
They literally have no evidence that that ever happened, and yet they say that it happened. Get the f*** out of here. But people act like parents don't have sex in front of their babies anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah, they do. Holy moly, yes they do. Get the f*** out of here. Get the f*** out of here. They definitely do. You think sex stops just because families have babies?
But because this is Kick, Suspendus sought no consequence whatsoever, and was able to continue streaming as if nothing happened, essentially. And like, I don't like to say someone should lose their platform lightly, but a line needs to be drawn somewhere, and committing an actual crime on camera should be that line, in my opinion. I don't think that's a crazy thing for me to say. This shouldn't be a particularly hot take. I'm kinda in shock that anyone out there would willingly watch 14 hours of a middle-aged emo creep stumbling around in public, making drunken remarks to his chat, pausing only to vomit into storm drains. But to each their own. I would have to imagine the majority of Suspendus' audience is only watching because they know what an absolute scumbag he is. They see what a horrible life he leads, and they get to feel a sense of superiority by knowing that despite how bad their lives might be, they're still doing better than this guy.
In what reality do you think that people want to watch you for being a profound streamer? No one has ever said that.
I proclaim myself a profound streamer that is exploring.
Do you want to grow as a streamer, or do you want to just fucking fizzle out?
Dude, by the end of this year, I'll already be enough to... Anyway.
His audience seems mainly comprised of Sam Pepper and Ice Poseidon fans who archive all of Suspendus' most egregious and sensationalist moments on YouTube for the sake of laughing at him. He's constantly reminded what a piece of shit he is by TTS donations from his own community.
Saying this stupid shit won't change the fact that you sexually assaulted multiple people, including your family and your wife.
Do that one.
Grim always wins anything.
Don't I have the best crazy fans? I have the most whacked out crazy fans.
Aaron C. donated $3. A 43-year-old with an 18-year-old little girl, PD finally.
She's not that, so. This is the master bedroom.
And is relentlessly mocked for his relationship with a 20-something-year-old girl named Riri, who he married only 6 months after meeting in Thailand. Believe me, there are entire channels out there devoted to documenting the intricacies of their love life, or lack thereof. Many have speculated that Riri is only with Suspendus for the money and doesn't actually love him, which would otherwise be a pretty bold claim to make about someone over the internet, but then again, if she truly did love him and want to be with him for any non-superficial reason, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have lied about having a dating app on her phone.
Hold on.
I tell you.
My wife doesn't have Tinder. You have Tinder? Tinder? Yeah, no. She doesn't have Tinder.
Before I have, but I deleted it.
She had it. You have an app on your phone, Tinder?
No, it sound I message customer. Why?
Oh no.
Yeah, I have, but yeah, I have, but why? I never message people. Why?
Nothing. I don't care.
But I'm not gonna falter for that. I mean, it's suspendous. There isn't really much of a reason to stand next to this dude if you aren't getting something in return, I'll just be honest. And maybe on some level he knows that, as he's bought her and her family a total of 5 cars at this point, handed out generous wads of cash to her family members at their wedding, and purchased her a $900 phone for nothing more than a light peck on the lips.
I didn't even get a kiss or nothing. Damn. No, man.
$800.
Yeah. At least I got a kiss. Got the kiss.
I get
that. It was all worth it. It was all worth it.
A little peck.
I got the peck, and it only cost me $900.
I'd almost feel bad if this were happening to anyone other than Suspendus. After all, he does seem to treat her like shit, cheating on her all the time.
If I slept with her, I would never. Because I wouldn't want you to get pregnant. Yeah, is that weird? I wouldn't want you to have my baby. The one girl that I was with tonight, I literally would have left my girl for. And I don't care if she's watching this. Baby, if you're watching this, you might think you're all that, but you ain't shit to the girl I just saw. You're lucky that I love you, ass, but your looks don't compare. I'll never trust her again, Chad. Ever again. She punched me in my face. So fuck her. She punched me in my face.
And that's when he isn't making inappropriate passes at her mother, of course.
Y'all wish you had that right there. Y'all wish. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wish you had that right there. Yeah.
So I think you can see why I have trouble sympathizing with Suspendus. He says he loves Riri one second, then implies he's gonna leave her once she becomes old and unattractive for him the next.
The question of what happens when Riri turns into her mom in 20 years? I will literally be on a beach somewhere with a fishing rod, a beer, and probably, you know, some weed or something. You know what I mean? Like, it was a good life.
He's an absolute dumpster fire of a human being through and through, and I have no choice but to salute Riri's efforts. Get the bag at all costs. By the way, I didn't know where to fit this in, but you should also know that he viciously kicked his cat off his bed for absolutely no reason, because of course he abuses animals too. If Suspendus is this callous, irresponsible, predatory, and abusive in front of an audience, I don't want to imagine what he gets up to when the cameras aren't rolling. In a just world, this guy would not have an audience. His grimy little fingers kept far away from a record button. His audience is almost exclusively made up of people who just want to see him fail. Even the girl he married doesn't seem to want anything to do with him. He makes some of the most unwatchable content on all of Kick while inspiring some of the worst streamers the internet has ever seen. I have no idea where he goes from here. For some reason, Ed just continues to keep him around despite all the things we've seen him do on camera. I just hope at the very least that Riri can keep milking him for all he's worth. Don't stop. Drain his pockets and leave him in a ditch. You've got my support. Alright, well, I want to say thank you for getting this far into the video. After 2 months of working on this thing, countless hours of editing, and non-stop listening to Jack Doherty's voice, I am also shocked.